Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the CAF Plus channel and another CAF update. I am in Northeast Ohio, and I can't believe it, but Tom is absolutely right. I am in the sewing room. I don't know how you remember that. I only do this once a year, but yeah, there you go, sewing machine right over there for today's CAF update. But welcome, everybody. It's always good to be able to hang out with you on a Thursday evening, and always fun to see so many of you hanging out early before things get going. Who should calm down tonight, Tom? I saw you tell Marcus he needs to chill a little bit, but yeah, it's one of those kind of evenings. We've got mystery sketches to look at. I've got a page I love segment that Kevin Sharp put together. It might actually be one of my favorites. Mark Chiarello is someone who I've only seen in interviews really before. I got to see him at OAX and to talk to him, but it's a really great kind of segment with him this time around. And I've done one excursion to the Billy Ireland Museum while I've been in here in Ohio, and I actually didn't think I was going to be able to pull it together, but I threw together some images and some video clips so we can take a look at the exhibition that's currently at the Billy Ireland, the newly reopened Billy Ireland. They just opened on Saturday, and I got to go there on Sunday to see their new exhibit and also tour kind of some of the updates that they did at the museum. But tonight we're going to open the show with Tatiana and a slew of mystery sketches that you're going to get to take a look at. I've been seeing them appear on CAF. I put a link in the CAF update email earlier today to some of the mystery sketches that have been dropping. Some of those I handled, some of them I haven't. I actually hadn't gotten to see anything that Stefan Roux did, so I saw one of his pieces were posted, and it was pretty cool. Painted piece. Wasn't expecting that from Stefan, but he actually did mention to me that he was inspired after OAX to do some painted pieces, and so it's cool that at least with one of the 3 or 4 mystery sketches that he got assigned, he painted it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing what else he has completed. He hasn't sent me any of his images, so I can't really say if all of them are painted or not. But I have gotten to preview some of Tatiana's team's pieces, and as always, they're fantastic. So let me bring Tatiana in, and here we are. Hey, Tatiana, how
Hey,
are
how's it
you?
going?
It's going well. It's weird. I come to my mom's house, and I would think I'd be all stressed out because hanging out with mom and everything, but it's actually been pretty relaxed. I've been more at ease the last week than I have in a long time. So
It's
I
because you don't have to deal with Ron.
that may be the case. Ron does keep me on edge, but maybe not for much longer. We may end up getting rid of him, but yeah, no, it's been good. Mom's been keeping me well fed. She's bought me more Coca-Cola than I know how to drink. And I remember I sent the team that picture. I did have to show. Look at all of the Mike and Ike's, and she bought me 2 of these. I mean, I don't even know that these aren't as good as Twizzlers, but I'll take them.
Oh,
So
I'm Team Red Vines. I prefer Red Vines. You're one or the other. Twizzlers are fine too, but I prefer Red Vines.
all right, well, I've got 2 bags. I could send you one. But yeah, so we're
Just
going.
bring them.
We're
Just bring them to Heroes, Bill. Bring them to Heroes.
all right. Yeah, I think they'll keep until then. All right, you got it. That'll be the snack of choice during that weekend. But yeah, we're all going to Heroes too. I was going to bring that up at the once I get to the schedule segment, but pretty much the whole team will be there except for Colin.
I
So
think
yeah,
Colin found out I was going, and he's like, "Oh, not going."
yeah, I don't know what's up. I get it. Colin's got he's got his own things going on there, but yeah, he's not making it. But 5 of us will be there, so that's not too bad. Um, Marcus wants to know if I've ever bought my mom a sequential from Mannix because she loves Mannix. That Spider-Man sequential thing. She even has, Josh made her a T-shirt of Josh's piece. That would be a very nice gift, Marcus. But I have not bought something like that for my mom yet. But you're right. If I was a good son, I would commission Mannix right away to make sure I had something for Christmas. It is her birthday. I guess I blew it. Oh, shoot. Oh well. Yeah.
Well, I'm
So
sure she loves you being there. Really, that's the most important thing, right?
that is quite true. Yeah, no, that's true. And Emma's with us as well. So she's gotten. We went out to dinner earlier today. Mom's been she's been taking care of us.
Great.
So
And to answer Alberto's question, yes, Ron is the rooster.
oh, yeah, yeah. Ron is the red-headed rooster. That's why we started naming all the chickens after Harry Potter characters, and Ron was the reddest of them all when he was a chick. So he was dubbed Ron early on. So, but he's not the biggest of all the chickens we got. Hagrid, the hen, is still bigger than Ron is, but not as bullying. So,
Well, that worked out right.
yeah, Little John says, thank you for the TD Art binder, Tatiana.
You're welcome. Yeah, he bought one of the Spidey drop cards from Comic Art Live, and I remembered how you had done an extra spin the week that we did the giveaway, and I've known John for a long time, so I sent him a binder with his card.
Very nice. Very, very nice. I see James is asking about chips. I was going to talk about that later. I actually did not play a round of golf at Chips while I was there. I don't know. It was a spur of the moment, swing by the place just to see it, and that was it. So I did not golf, but I did walk the course. But that was about it. So let's look at some art, Tatiana. That's what we're here for, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I know you have some in hand, and we've got some slides, but it's always fun to see the originals. So we're going to start off with what you have in hand right now.
All right. So I have art in hand from 3 artists, and then I have art on the way from people too. So I will show that soon. So we'll start with Nier because his stuff came in first. And this was actually in the preview you did for the show. So obviously Human Torch. Absolutely love the design. This was a good one for him to do because he could kind of get crazy with the powers. So that's
the wizard. That is really nice, as all of Nier's pieces are, of course.
And see if you can figure out what character this is.
Oh, I know which one it is, but we'll see if the chat can figure it out.
The fan is on. Let me turn the fan down. There we go. See if the chat can figure out who this is.
Let's see. We'll give them 5 guesses. But nothing yet. No guesses?
Those of you know that Nier likes to take characters. That's a good guess. It's not Rhino, but you're kind of thinking along the right.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
James came in right before Ian with the Cerebus. Yes,
yep.
There we go.
So I just love what he did there. He almost made it like this.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
So I love giving him characters that he can, get creative and do fun things with. And then his sketch cards, $6 Million Man. I think this is John's. If I remember, I think this one was his. Speaking of John. And then we'll know who this is for because you're going to see a lot of these.
Yes. Look at that stash. That is so good. That's like 2 croissants underneath his nose. It's perfect.
Yep. Very European. Spider-Man.
Oh, wow.
I love the thwip part is really cool. And then Hulk. I just love look at his hand. Look how cool the line work is on his hand. Like it looks simple, but it's really not.
His lyrical line work is what makes his stuff so special, and just those knuckles alone are beautiful.
And speaking of doing a lot of making things look different, Green Goblin. Like look at his eyes. That's so cool.
Dang.
Yeah. Creepy. I will tell you. Creepy. I'm definitely creeped out. And then Alberto can probably assume that this one's for Alberto too. All right, so those are Niers. And then I think I saw Charles in the chat, so we'll do his next. Charles did one 9x12 last time. He did one again this time. He takes just one because he goes way overboard, way overboard. So,
what?
The prompt was Street Fighter character of choice. So you kind of get Chun-Li and sort of everybody else anyway. So
he couldn't decide.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I see, I'm looking at it backwards and in the screen, but there's at least like 6 other characters in there. So anyway,
Unbelievable.
yes.
Charles
Yeah.
did an amazing job on that. That's
So
great.
this was for, yeah, the person who asked for Street Fighter character of choice. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's actually 8 that I'm counting in here in the background. So that's insane. So you sort of get 9 characters in one, which is nuts. And then like I love the toe, like that negative space on the top. So cool.
It's
So
amazing.
So whoever gets that is going to be pretty blown away.
Now, was that done with like Copic markers, all the coloring, I assume?
He uses a combination of things. Charles, what did you use for media on that? And yeah, I think everyone's glad that you chose Chun-Li. Definitely can't go wrong with Chun-Li. So while he is answering, I'll go ahead and show he's got some very, very cool sketch cards. So I think we know about this one. I love this one. I love that they're the, getting ready to go jump on the plane and take a trip. So very fun. He said every marker he could find and a little acrylic paint.
That's beautiful, Charles. Amazing.
And we have Soundwave.
That's great.
First gen.
Edge to edge.
Yep.
We like it.
And we had a request for Omaha, the cat dancer. I think he did a great job. Really cute. So that's a character a lot of people don't know. I didn't know. I had to look it up. And Sporty Cyclops. He's promoting the X-Men X energy drink there, it looks like. So that's a lot of fun.
You gotta branch out and to make money. It can't come all in through tuition and government grants. So an X drink makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, they're always working out. So sports drinks, on brand for sure.
That's great.
Rocket. So this was the same person who got the Spidey from Nier, I'm pretty sure, because he was asking Rocket or Spidey. So they each got their choice, and Nier chose Spidey, and Charles chose Rocket. So I like that. Like his guns are so big, they're just like you could barely see like a tiny bit of each gun because they're so big. So that's really fun.
But you gotta pick your poison. Do you draw a Rocket small with the guns, being able to fit in there or not?
Mm-hmm.
I think this was a good choice.
Yeah. So I think that's really fun. Really, really fun. My favorite gal, I absolutely love this. Storm.
Wow.
Really beautiful. I love the costume is really cool looking. And then Speed. So we have somebody who gets Speed, usually gets a couple every time. This is really fun.
Yeah. I think I mailed one of those out last week.
And then Dark Knights of Steel Batman.
Oh.
So I love
fantastic.
That. I'm a big Knight and Squire fan. So I like that design because it reminds me of that. So very cool. All right, so those are Charles's pieces. The next ones I have in hand are Lori's. Lori used to go by Cross, so same artist if it looks familiar. This was her. I know she likes this character, so I like this character too, but I think she did a fantastic job. Absolutely love all the detail in here.
Wow, that is great. Now, do you handle all the assignments, or do you kind of pull it out to the team and let them pick a few, or how does that usually work with Team TD Art?
Generally, I handle it because I know what people like, what is good fits for people, but I do sometimes ask. So I'll ask people, what kinds of things they might want to work on, or give them some choices. So, I would say it's probably like 80-85% me. But there are times, like there's one that I don't have in hand or the image for yet. It's being worked on, but there was one that was kind of a specialty one. And so I talked with a couple of my artists to figure out who would be the best fit for it, because, I want the collector to get, I want them to get matched with an artist who's really going to like understand the vision of and want to do that character. So, except if it's Alberto's and everybody gets like 3 of them.
They don't get a choice.
Yeah.
Everyone has to take a crack at it.
Yeah.
Well, when you order about the same number of sketches as there are artists participating, every artist that participated should have gotten one of Alberto's.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Alberto,
Oh,
it's cute. I love that. And then Lori's a big X-Men fan. She's been working on sample pages. She's hoping to get onto one of their books. She's got Gail Simone's really liking her work, so that's really good news. So I gave her, a good chunk of X-Men ones. Yeah, I mean, I really think she would do an amazing job on the book. She just sent me the next batch of sample pages that I'll, put up on the website for sale soon. But she's just been absolutely killing it. This is not Bill's. I did not get any for Bill this time, but I love it.
I'm sorry. I should have just bought some and made them go your way. I had no idea. We'll make up for that in
every
the
other
fall.
time. Every other time I've always gotten at least a few, but
Right.
yeah.
Right. I can't remember which ones you got last time. I know one was remember the Sonic the Hedgehog, because I got that for Ashton, but I don't remember. Yeah. Anyway, next November.
Yeah. Kitty Pryde.
Oh, great.
And then Juggernaut. I like this one a lot.
Oh yeah.
So she it was funny, I gave this to her and she says, my sister just said to me yesterday that, she's like, who I've never seen you draw? You've never drawn Juggernaut. So it was perfect timing.
The mystery sketch is a gift to the artist as well sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are what I have in hand. I have a few packages in the mail. And so we can share some of the ones. Bill, I think you have like stuff from like 3 or 4 artists.
I do. I downloaded everything that you had posted, and I think it's all in alphabetical order, so it's grouped by artists as well.
And I know Ryan either mailed his today or he's mailing them tomorrow, but I haven't gotten images yet. So, but that's okay. A little bit of surprise is good. So this is from Alex Conat, who's done mystery sketches like once or twice, but he was kind enough to join in this time. This Arzak's so good. It's just so good. I think this is the second time one of my artists has gotten this request. I think I had Near do the first one because I know Near is a huge Mobius fan. But I knew Alex would be a good fit for this one. So, and if I love the like hint in the background, right?
Mm-hmm.
He does a really good job of that. So yeah, I absolutely love this piece. I gave him some pretty interesting 9x12 requests. So they're all very different from one another.
Yeah. I skipped over that. I just wanted to look at it a little bit longer. It's great. I mean, my goodness, that's the person who commissioned this one is going to be happy to get it. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Detail in all the right places. The mood is just, fantastic. So that's going to be pencil, ink, and ink wash, probably. So yeah, that's what it looks like.
So I teased this one, but a Chun-Li here.
Yeah, so this one was requested as Chun-Li. So this was not an X-Men of choice one. This one was requested as Chun-Li. But I love how he does the the hands, coming at you, and just the look on her face. He just does such a good job with the expression. I really, really like that. So, and I've known Alex for a long time, before he was working in professionally in comics and when he couldn't draw faces. So But you would never have known. You would never have known. I mean, he's so good now. This piece is killer. It just captures the character incredibly well.
Yeah, I love his line work too. I mean, just in the hand, it was just nice. It's fluid, delicate, and very dynamic. And I love like the splash of tonal stuff, behind her figure as well, just to make it pop. It's a great piece.
Yeah, I think so. It looks like behind her is pencil, and then the shading on her, it looks like ink wash. But I'll know for sure when I get it. He mailed them today, so I should have them soon. Oh, there was one more 9x12.
Did I skip one? Oh, how did I miss it?
I don't know.
Well, while we're looking at the next one, I'll figure out why it didn't download, because I know I grabbed them all off the drive. Let's see.
So this is probably for Dan. I know Dan ordered some Aeon Fluxes. I don't have the names, and I have all the assignments in front of me, but not the names. But this is probably Dan's. Classic, just so classic. It's just one of those characters you recognize immediately, and again with the expression, he did a really good job.
Yeah, sorry, it's being alphabetical. The S in the title actually puts it after everything that's in
that's why.
So the last piece we'll look at will be the other 9x12. There's Gwen Stacy on a mystery sketch card. There we go.
Yep. Yeah, he just did a good job of just the classic good girl Gwen Stacy, which is nice.
Jeff says he wants flux hair. We'd all love to see you with flux hair, Jeff.
That's probably like five tubs of combat gel and a lot of hairspray and hair dryer. Magneto. Yeah, I like this. He just is doing a really good job on the like the mood with all of these, and then just the little pop of color choices. It's really nice.
Jeff says he'd need a hair donor as well.
You can get a wig, but you still would need that much combat gel and hairspray.
Yeah, I think I know what Jeff's going to have it gifted to him at OAX next year. We're going to find something for him to wear. See,
so this was another choice between Rocket and Spidey, and Alex chose Rocket.
Oh. See, you don't always have to draw the guns, and it's. I mean, this is a great Rocket.
I love that little bit of mischievous look on his face. It just embodies the character really well. I actually like that. Yeah, you get that zoom in, because oftentimes the focus is so much on like the weaponry.
Exactly. No, this is a focus on a quip. He's about to, say something inappropriate, but appropriate, to somebody, and just to dash their hopes, make them feel minuscule. Yeah, no, I love this one. It's great. Oh, there you go.
Another Snoopy.
Everybody gets Alberto.
Yep. Yeah, and then I even had like a lot of them get Alberto a couple times, so I had to like, okay, which one did you draw already? And then draw a different one.
Well, you knew what he was after, so
yeah.
But a lot of people chose Snoopy. Let's see. Oh, Charles has got it.
Yeah, that's true, and this is probably also true. He's about to take out Ron.
Only hope.
I think there was one other person who ordered Snoopy.
Yeah, we have a regular buyer in I think Germany that has a Snoopy request. I think almost in everyone. And I think there is one other gentleman who has done it a few times. You're right. You're not the only one, but typically I think those guys have always only gotten 9x12s. So that kind of rules the sketch cards out right now, Alberto.
Okay, so yeah, the Spidey or Rockets were Alberto's too. So.
Oh.
That's right. That was some of his later requests.
Super Skrull. That's awesome.
This is so cool. I love that he used a lot of color on this one. It really benefits from it. And you can really feel like the hand size difference. It's really fun. Like, yeah, he just did a great job. And then the lighting on the face. And I was really glad to see this character because you don't really see. I mean, I don't even know when the last time was somebody requested a Super Skrull, or any Skrull for that matter, but particularly Super Skrull. So this was fun.
Yep, he's got a mean jawline, that's for sure.
Yep.
Here we go. The other 9x12.
Yeah. Yeah, so Spirited Away. So the request for our main character. I love that he did the background like that. It looks really, really nice.
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
Wow. I gave this one to Alex because I know Alex loves Studio Ghibli stuff. So, because he did a really nice Princess Mononoke piece for me a few years ago. So I knew he would love this one and he would know the characters.
Yeah, that one's gorgeous. I mean, I like that one a lot. Dang. Wow. Well, somebody's going to be really happy to have that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So he just did a great job, and, they're all really different, and it gets, allows him to kind of flex his art muscles, and he does a good job with a variety of things. And I know he likes to be challenged to do some different stuff. So we have a comment, Skrulls are everywhere. Yeah. I mean, really, I could say every commission is a Skrull.
You could.
Just draw whatever. Well, you said you wanted a Skrull, right? So yeah. How do you know it's not a Skrull?
Mm-hmm. All right. Who's the next artist?
So next, we have a couple. So we have Anikon stuff. He's the newer artist that I started working with a few months ago. And we did an art drop, and then he said he would do mystery sketches. And so we don't have all of them because we don't have his 9x12s yet, but we have most of his sketch cards in here. So he's killing it. He's like, I want to do it like this and this, even though I know it's extra. I'm like, you go for it. And so I just love how he did, like, this is a sketch card, but it's got the whole border and everything. It's just really cool. And his color uses.
The colors are so vibrant on this piece. That's what makes it so special. And honestly, the wisps of smoke or clouds, whatever, that's breaking the border and going to the edge. I mean, that really changes the piece a lot. Yeah, when I saw this one, a week or so ago, it just stood out as being a really special card. So.
The thing that's so cool about his work too is that, he's really known professionally for working very large, right? He does murals. But now he's bringing that exact same energy, that exact same quality to, like, super tiny.
Right.
Like, there's no, like, misstep. There's no, like, loss of energy or quality or anything. It's awesome. Yeah. We're going to have a lot of happy people with his stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm starting to get depressed that I didn't get picked by get my stuff assigned to TD Art. Yeah, that sucks. You know what? What I need to do next time is not order like all at once. I need to just like spread them out so my chances are very randomized. A lot like Alberto handles his, but I won't order 10 at a time. I'll just order 1 at a time and spread them out over the 6-week period. So.
I spread mine out. I just spread them out based on when I would think of what I wanted to get next. And so mine are sprinkled around. I have no idea who I got for any of mine at this point still. So.
Well, I may have one of yours at the office right now. So. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love the total battle damage on the shield. And again, just, he does the little border, but then he's just busting right out of it.
And this is probably not Alberto's.
Yeah, it's probably not Alberto's.
Yeah, no, this is great. Yeah, the shield makes it. That's freaking unbelievable. And that's all marker? I mean, but it looks kind of textured, like the orange. Do you think there's some paint on there as well?
There probably is. He uses a combination as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So probably acrylic or acrylic markers or something. I know he uses a combination.
Right, Alberto says it could have been him. He threw a cap in there. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the use of like the popping the borders and stuff. He just is, it's so cool.
Right, and this one he's taking the essentially the background, the panel area only off the top. So it's again just another cool way to do it. And then the indent in the lower right hand corner. I mean, it just makes it so much more dynamic than sticking to. You didn't. Yeah, I'm jealous. I didn't get any assigned over to you guys, but no, this is wonderful. Absolutely incredible.
Well, you know you'll get a piece from him at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're working with him now. I mean, I remember when he first came up, I wasn't familiar with him. I know Kazra was and whatnot, but it's funny when when you Google his name, the stuff that comes up is all his mural work, and it's really, really colorful, huge. We're talking 30 feet tall murals, but it's amazing how his style, translates in a sketch card. These are just really, really great.
Yeah, I need to take a trip out and just have him, like do a tour, like show me around, a lot of the pieces he's done. Because it's mostly in DC area, which is where he lives, and that's what he's, been well known for. But yeah, he and I've been chatting since I first met him at that, I think it was OAX 25.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we've been talking for this whole time, and I was just really elated to, finally be able to take that next step. Yeah, Charles, I love it too. It gives you that night kind of glow. It really, really brings home a lot of the other colors and stuff too. It's a color that people don't even notice. They go, "What blue?" And then you go, "Oh, well, yeah, it's right there." But our brains read it differently, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, this is his stuff is fantastic.
I don't remember who the Doc Savage is for.
Neither do I. A lot of these, it's funny. I mean, outside of Alberto's, I can honestly say I didn't really read a lot of the character requests, unless they had multiple. Like if they ordered 5 and they had 5 different characters in it, and I had to split them up on the spreadsheet, I had to read them. But other than that, yeah, I don't remember seeing a Doc Savage at all. So
I love the way he textured his pants. Like that's such a tiny thing, but you can tell. Like it's not like a superhero stretch fabric, Like he really put texture into that.
Yeah. The thing with Alberto saying that his was the easiest ones because he just said or. So I just copied each line and just paste. You were actually the easiest one, Alberto, to take care of. But no, Doc Savage is awesome, and this might be the first Doc Savage request in in all the mystery sketches that we've done. So I think our 8th. So there we go. It's the first one on a sketch card, unless somebody tells me otherwise. Oh wow.
Yeah, Gunslinger Spawn. I just love it. It's just so fun. And he just went straight up full bleed, but I love the way he pops the hat and the cape and everything. He just does such a good job of doing that.
Yeah, no, this one doesn't need it. I mean, with the like you say, with the hat and the cape, it's and he's got the wisp of smoke. Everything just works perfectly. It kind of does its own little bordering for the whole card. I think this is great too. And again, rather than blue, he uses orange as his highlight. So he's always thinking about what's going to make the right lighting effect. Make the whole thing more dynamic. So,
yep.
Great.
Yep, absolutely. So a nice classic Mary Jane.
Yeah.
I love the way he popped the figure in this too. And then the choice of background color. Someone really understands color theory. It reminds me of with Charles's really dynamic color work too. Somebody really understands color theory when they pick out what they're going to put in the background and how they want to juxtapose that with the character.
Yeah, it's lovely. It really is nice. And a reminder to everybody, when you get these in, put them in your CAF gallery, please. We want to be able to show all these off once they're all done, since we had almost 600 ordered this time, I think that's like, I want to see it. I want to see more mystery sketches posted to CAF for Cal 13 than Cal 12 and 11 combined. So get them on the site as soon as you get them in. These are amazing. And again, this is fun. This is a 2.5 by 3.5 inch card, and he's filled the space just wonderfully with Mary Jane here. So no, this is wonderful. And we are streaming on Facebook tonight. For whatever reason, Facebook seems to have fixed their StreamYard issues. So for those of you who didn't know, we have David Prince is watching over on Facebook, and he says these are great as well. Thank you, David. Appreciate hearing from those watching on Facebook tonight.
He just, again, with this one, with the, making a border, but then popping the border with the hand and the sword, it just gives it so much depth. Yeah. Well, Alberto, I send scans of everything, so you don't have to worry about my stuff.
I don't send them to Alberto unless he asks. So there you go, Alberto. Although I made a point of everything that came into my office that I didn't have scans of already. I scanned everything that I didn't have scans. So this is like the first time around where I think I'm going to make sure that we'll have at least 2/3 of the mystery sketches that were made scanned and usable for future PR and stuff. So yeah, but I like this one. This is like a classic kind of 70s feel to it. Gaming art. I mean, I could see this in a TSR module. This is a great image.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I just got my new scanner, and a couple of days ago I had to set it up. I hate doing that. So yeah. My last HP only lasted like 3 years. The bulbs started getting weird. So then the colors were off, and I'm like, well, the only thing you can do is just buy a whole new one. It's so dumb.
Yeah, no, I hope to have my scanner for another couple of years.
Well, the last one I had before that worked forever, so I just went back to the previous brand because I'm like, I'm not having to buy a new one because a bulb is a little bit off is the dumbest thing ever. Scud, for anybody who doesn't know, Scud, this is one of the first ones he did. This is so fun. Just full action, completely breaking all borders on that one. Right off the page. And I love that his right leg is in the panel, but the rest of him is busting out of it.
Right.
So it's grounded, but also like completely coming at you, which is fantastic.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is the colors are fantastic. I would have to imagine might be his first time drawing the character. So he's putting a lot of fun energy into this piece. Yeah, it's you could tell he had a good time, and we got the blue highlights again too. So yeah, this is great. I think I know who got this one, and hopefully I get to see it again sometime in the near future. So this is one I'd love to see in person. Yeah, that's great. Oh, I'm telling you. What is up with Dylan?
So Dylan also only takes one 9x12 like Charles does, and it's because he's also ridiculous. So when this request came in, the request was futurist. It was retro futuristic Space Girl, and he asked me about it, and I had to reach out to the collector because I immediately assumed that he meant Travis Chare's Space Girl. But he was like, no, just take the theme and run with it. And so this is completely Dylan's design. So the prompt is retro futuristic Space Girl, and Dylan completely made this up. And of course he went way overboard again, like he did last time. You got to zoom down to like her feet and the boots.
I know,
like super cool.
I wanted to go in for the detail, but I know this one.
There's like so much detail. You could look at this thing all day. Yes. Well, no, this is a mystery sketch. Someone's asking. This is not a mystery. This is a mystery sketch. That's why I said like Charles and Dylan both go like way crazy. That's why they only take one 9x12. So if you're not getting 9x12s, you guys should at least, everybody should at least order a few 9x12s. Exactly. Those boots are like so cool. because it gives this like future vibe, but it also gives kind of like a steam engine feel, which is just neat.
Right. And then this glyph pattern around her. Yeah, it's everything about it is just beautiful. And this was the one image I took a look at because I like Dylan's stuff. He's done a great job on the sketch cards, and we're going to see a few here coming up. But yeah, I mean, does Dylan take commissions?
He does.
He does. So there you go, everybody. You can go over to tdartgallery.com and sign up for Tatiana's newsletter. But also, if you see any of these artists that you might want to commission, talk to Tatiana. But yeah, this is outrageous for a 9x12. I mean, it's one of the most detailed ones that pen and ink versions of a 9x12 mystery sketch that I've ever seen, and I absolutely love it, and I'm jealous, and I need to get on Dylan's commission list.
Yeah, I mean, get a commission before he gets all super popular and his prices go up. And like I say that, like, yes, it's my job, but also I've been a collector for a long time, and I cannot tell you how many times in my life I have missed opportunities and later been like, oh, I really wish, I should have done this and this and this. And but he's happy to do them. He's got time to do them. And for any of you going to IlluxCon this year, he's going to be there.
Oh, really?
So I get to meet him for the first time too.
Well, we were lucky enough to have him previewing some of the mystery sketches with us back during Cal 12. But
Yep.
But getting to meet him in person, that's great. No, but anyways, yes, this is unbelievable. It needs to be reproduced in some way. It needs to be on the cover of a zine or something. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, we need to. I'll talk with them about it. We need to do something with it. Yeah, it would be a perfect zine cover. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, when I was at the Billy Ireland, they had a pull-out drawer that was just because it's like the history of comics and comic art, and they had one drawer that was just full of zines, and and I'm like, damn, that takes me back to the late 70s and very early 80s. But this is very reminiscent of seeing a cover from one of those.
I have a friend who just started a new gaming zine, and I wrote an article. It was the CAF article I wrote for him a couple months ago. I sent it to you and Casper to take a look at, but it's just a brand new zine, and maybe I'll ask him like, hey, do you want to use this for a cover? Because it needs to be printed like that. Like it needs that format. It would be perfect.
Yeah, I agree. What's this greedy collector? Any hints to what Dylan likes to pick, like a broad concept, help for the next mystery sketch? You got to think in advance. You're right, greedy collector. You never know. Well, this was a retro Space Girl, so and then a lot of times most people requesting mystery sketches leave it a little bit vague like that, or give multiple character options so that the artist that gets it can pick the character that they really want to work on. So it is a roll of the dice no matter how you do it. But after 7 or 8 of these, I think a lot of people are getting more savvy with how to approach the mystery sketch. It's always best to let the artist do what they go all out and kind of do their own thing, clearly.
Yeah. And so and of course, I knew that he would be a good match for this because he would just have a super lot of fun with it. And so the sketch cards all have the glow in the dark, like he's become kind of known for doing. So he does the regular scan, and then he has the glow in the dark as well to show where he used it on each piece.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it just looking at that. Alberto. Now, we did see a piece earlier by Charles that had, I think, what was it, like 8 characters kind of in the cloak in the background. But here I think we've got at least 12 on a sketch card here by Dylan. So yeah, this is a 13 character piece on a sketch card.
Yeah, that might beat the record. And I love the little border on the bottom, like where his, how he's got his foot. I just love that.
Alberto, you can probably assume correctly on that. Oh, well, here, let's get over to, there we go.
So this was another choice one I know the collector, and I can't remember who it is right now because I just have the list, but it was the person who requested choice of Punchline, Galactus, Swamp Thing, or Mystique. So he chose Galactus. Thanks, Wayne. You'll love his stuff. And Wayne, you always choose amazing things. So I think that'll be a good, we'll talk. He'll do something nice for you. And I know you always have great taste and like fun stuff. So
Planet munching teeth, says Charles. Yeah. And so then here was the glow in the dark portion. So you get Saturn glowing in the dark, and his eyes, every star. That's, yeah. Do you put a little note in there that says, be sure to turn out the lights or anything? Or do you just leave it to them to figure it out?
Usually when I send people the scan, I also, send them the black and white.
Sure.
I'm sorry, the glow in the dark image, or I'll tell them it's glow in the dark. They all just remind me of like the posters I had in high school. I had those black light posters all over my room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is fun. Oh, here we go. Sabretooth.
Yeah, he's just his face. So scary, so violent.
Yeah, I love his technique. It's just rough. There's, but it's so refined at the same time. And then here we go back to the glow in the dark portion. Teeth, claws, eyes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we have 2 pieces from Jason Krager. He's got several more, but these are the ones that I've gotten the images for. I love the Silver Surfer. It's so good. And I love that when he does the pieces, he mixes it up too. Like some are black and white and some are color. And so he does a lot of different styles. But, this is so good. Just the rendering, like the way he renders to make him look shiny is fantastic. And it's just different than a lot of other people do.
Well, he's filling them in a lot, right? A lot of people, you wouldn't fill in a lot of the detail to kind of let him feel silver, but it's more to me like he's reflecting the darkness around him, the light sources from behind,
Yep.
In large part. So it works so darn well.
Yep. Yeah, and Wayne said the reflection of the board too. So you get the backlighting and the uplighting, and it's all really, really well done. So it just looks so cool.
Yeah, that's kind of a bold way to go about it. I mean, look at the face even. I mean, again, your Silver Surfer is supposed to be sparse of line, typically. And this is the exact opposite of that. Yeah. Very, very daring piece to do. I love it.
I like the high point, the highlight up here on his head.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we got some Kirby crackle going on in the energy there.
It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Krager crackle. We're going with that from now on.
Jason's always done some really great pieces for Mystery Sketch.
Yeah. And then this one, totally different, right? So this was... he's got one more 9x12, but this was his second one, and he went full color with it. So the request was the classic costume, classic bikini costume. So he does a really good job with the colors, getting a lot of depth.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think I featured this on something after I saw it. It was just too colorful not to. Yeah, Jason's amazing.
Yeah. And this is probably, usually it's acrylic on these. He uses mostly acrylic. So he has a bunch of sketch cards. I know he's done some of them yet. I just haven't seen them yet. And then his third 9x12, I'm pretty sure is Alberto's.
Oh, Alberto. Yeah. It's going to take Alberto should post one a day until the next cal is basically what he should do.
Yep. That's probably about the right amount of timing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this one's gorgeous as well. yeah, Jason's. I mean, I think I've gotten I don't remember if it was a sketch card. I think I got a 9x12 from Jason in the past, maybe two. But yeah, this is great. Really, really nice.
Yeah, and he does them all different too, which is fun because then you don't know, you know. And he's done some he's gotten completely carried away with too. So, like that blacksmith one he did either last time or the time before. That was another one of those pretty vague, like it was like blacksmith with anvil.
Oh, right. I remember that one. Yeah, that was incredible.
And it was just this full, like complete, like edge to edge, like blacksmith, like working the fire, like everything. It was like straight out of an RPG.
Wow. These are great. That was the last one, right? I don't think
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that was it for now.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to read through the chat here. I think, Alberto got quite a few. If he knows the exact count, he can let everybody know in the chat. But it was a lot. At the end of the day, we had 110 artists, and I think he could have gotten a piece from every one of them if everything fell the right way for him. But I know it didn't, because some artists only had one sketch card. Several artists only had one sketch card. So Alberto's chances of getting those artists was, even though it was greater than most, was still rather slim. So, 1 in 4 chance, which isn't bad. But I know that, like, for instance, I know Brian Hitch didn't get a Snoopy. I remember what his two were. So yeah, you didn't get everybody, Alberto.
You probably got almost everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and judging by how many we've seen tonight, Tatiana, it feels like, you still have another set just as large that's going to pass through your hands. So I know you have a lot more coming in. We are going to do a show next Tuesday, so on the 2nd. I'm definitely going to have a lot of stuff to unbox. I know I'll have I've sent some invites out, but depending on how that show goes, it probably is going to need to be a 2-hour show just because of the amount of stuff that I'll have to open. But if you've got more things in, obviously you're more than welcome to pop back in on that one if you can, or if you just want to turn everything around and ship them out right away, it's all up to you. Our goal was, I think our stated goal was that all mystery sketches would be in the mail either to the rep or to the buyer by, I think, the 5th. So it could be a day off there, here or there, but we want to get everything mailed out ASAP. So Maureen is back home in Florida. The last 2 days, she's gotten 4 packages. She got the Enrizo package. She got 2 packages from Next Comic Art, and Brian Hitch's package came in today. Alter Comics is due on Monday. Who else is still coming in? Bella Rackland's is due tomorrow. So there's a lot of stuff coming in that we'll have to open up that night. So I'm going to try to get as much of that stuff opened and in the mail on Wednesday as possible.
I'll tell you, the international folks have no idea how easy they have it, since they just pile it all together and mail it to you.
I know how easy they got it. Trust me. Mark said that to me too. Like, because it's true. You've got close to 100 to mail. I'm going to have about 160, 170 to put in the mail. It's a lot of work, but yeah, they do have it easy. Although I'll tell you, the good thing is with those international guys, I have asked them to send me a spreadsheet when it comes back in. So at least it comes in organized. They do a little bit of prep work for me before it gets there, which is nice, because otherwise yeah,
you don't want to have to try to figure everything out. You just need to be able to open it and then get everything turned around where it needs to be.
Exactly. Yep, that is for sure. So we'll have that show will be on Tuesday evening, and I think it's the only thing we'll have on the schedule at the moment, right now. That has the show record started, so that should be a fun one. And so I hope everybody's ready to tune in and see that. Because I think so far what we've shown on the unboxings to date, we've probably only shown about 120, 130 of the pieces that have been created for Mystery Sketch. So we're getting close to about a quarter of them shown, but I know we'll at least be able to debut another 150 to 200 before we're done.
Cool. Yeah, I'll let you know. Like I said, I know I have stuff in the mail, but we already showed Alex and Dylan's, but Ryan's supposed to be mailing his, I think today or tomorrow, and then it's just a matter of if the mail gets here when it's supposed to, which is a whole, stuff gets here late a lot.
Yeah, well, the international stuff has had, Brian's went to Germany after it left the UK, and then it went to like Chicago and then Tennessee, and then it finally made it here. Rizzo's got stuck in customs for almost 10 days, and so yeah, it's weird, but it is what it is. So, all right, Tatiana. Well, the pieces look fantastic. Thank you, as always, for doing this. You've done it with us since we started doing Mystery Sketch, and they just keep getting better every single time. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the pieces that come out from the TD Art team, and yeah, and then I'm looking forward to hanging out at
love
Heroes.
doing it. The artists love doing it. It's a really fun event. And yeah, I can't wait to see. I haven't seen a lot of them either, so I can't wait to see more and share them. And if you saw yours tonight on the show, I'll be reaching out soon. So I always get everything scanned up first, and then email folks. And then if people have multiple pieces, I usually just hold them until they're all here. But I usually send the scans out right away. So so hopefully everyone was happy with what they saw tonight. And if anybody ever has any questions or anything, feel free to ask. And you guys are the reason we can do these events, because you are as excited and love it as much as we do. So
exactly. And we're going to set another record in November. I'm just going to say it right now.
I'm already making my list of like what I want, because I'm always trying to put together ideas, and I'm like, I need to keep it organized, different characters from different things. And so.
Well, thanks again, Tatiana. And I'm going to save this bag of red vines for Heroes. They're coming with me.
Sounds good. I know there's some red vines folks in the chat. I saw them earlier. So you come by and I'll hand out red vines to people.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
Say hey to Mr.
Everyone.
Weems. See ya.
All right. Bye.
All right. I'll tell you, that's some great pieces. I mean, we've seen it in the first drop. I think, there's some pieces that have wound up on CAF that I haven't seen already that are now out there. So Mystery Sketches, it's definitely, it's hard to say it's improving, right? It's just it's getting so better and better every single time we do these. I think the artists want to do some great work, and it shows. You guys, we've been so fortunate to have such great talent working with us on the Mystery Sketches that November is going to be even more special. So I don't know, if we had 110 artists this time around, we probably have to increase it a little bit more. We'll see for the next Cal 14, but we'll see. I see John and Moore just popped in the chat. So John will be opening a next Comic Art Mystery Sketch package or two next Tuesday. So I'm sure we'll have some John and Moore pieces in that. All right. So next up, the Page I Love segment with Mark Chiarello that Kevin Sharp put together. I'm going to switch over to that. It's about 10 minutes long, but it goes by really, really fast. Mark's he's picked out a really interesting piece by Richard Corbin, the one that maybe I've seen it at some point in time in my comic reading years, but I don't think I have. So this is it's a page from an underground comic that I definitely am not familiar with, but the book that he first saw it in looks really familiar to me. So it feels like something that I might have seen in a library around the same time that he might have seen that. But let's take a listen to this Page I Love segment. Thanks to Kevin Sharp, talking to Mr. Mark Chiarello.
Hello, comic art fans. This is Kevin Sharp, and I'm here today with former DC Comics art director Mark Chiarello to talk about a page he loves. Mark, I know that anybody who was at the OAX convention this year in February would have met you in person, but I want to welcome you to the CAF Plus channel officially. Nice to have you here.
Thanks, Kevin. Great to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
I was really trying to not predict, but maybe loosely guess what you might pick for this, knowing how much art you would have seen just in your time at DC, not to mention just in your time as a fan. I think if I had taken 1,000 guesses, I might not have gotten where we are today. So could you introduce to the viewers the comic and the artist we'll be talking about?
Sure, absolutely. Happy to do it. Yeah, growing up the Marvel kid in the late 60s and 70s, I would have thought that I would have picked a Ramita Page or Gene Colan or Steranko, who I worship, or some of the guys or gals that I worked with during my tenure at DC, Darwin Cook, Tim Sale. I collect a bit of artwork and I have a page by each of those guys. But I was thinking about which page has completely knocked me out in my entire life as a comic book reader and fan. And if I may, I'd like to tell a really quick story about how I saw this piece.
Please do.
I grew up in New Jersey in a town called Freehold, right in the middle, central New Jersey. And I would go to the library. I'd have my mom drop me off at the library literally 3, 4, 5 times a week. And my mom was always like, why, why do you go to the library so much? What's there? And I was like, books. And there was in the reference section, the books you could not take out, there was this big, thick red book by an author named Maurice Horn, and it was called like the International Encyclopedia of Comics. This is probably the early 70s, mid 70s. Being a Ramita nut and a Stan Lee nut and a Spider-Man incredible fan, I opened this book up, and sure enough, there were entries for those Marvel guys that I loved, and I read the DC about the DC artists because I refused to ever buy a DC comic, but that's a different conversation. But there's a bio on again Jim Steranko or John Buscema. I loved it, and there would always be a black and white reproduction of one of those artists' pieces of artwork, a panel from Spider-Man or Fantastic Four. And then in the middle, there was a color section, which was about 20 pages of American and European artists. So that's where I saw Mobius for the first time. There was a reproduction of a color Mobius piece. Bilal and boy, all Jose Munoz, all these great South American and European artists. And there was one panel that just kind of freaked me out. It was so bizarre and colorful, and it was I don't even know that I can verbalize it. It was so different than Marvel, and Marvel at that point was the hip comics still, coming out of the 60s. And it was this panel from the first page of a story by Richard Corbin. And it was in a comic, it was in an underground when they had underground, not indie comics, but underground comics. It was in a comic called Up from the Deep from 1971. And I was just like, I hate to say it, but I stole that book because of that panel. I have to own this thing. And it's on my bookshelf behind me. I still have that. I'm not advocating theft, but okay. Years later, I tracked down a copy of the actual comic. And to this day, I look at that artwork and I'm blown away by the power, the color, the sweetness of the story. It's an odd story.
I think a lot of viewers who are familiar with Corbin's work may not be familiar with this particular story. I know I certainly wasn't, so I'll just speak for myself. As we're speaking now, people will see it on the screen. So talk to us about this. You obviously had a reaction to it back then in your shoplifting days, but today, with all of the art that you've seen and all the artists you've dealt with over your career, what does this art do for you now?
As you get older, and nostalgia is a lovely thing. You look back at the comics that you had as a kid, but I'll look at that page and that whole story by Corbin, and I get that nostalgic feeling. But I'm also a professional in the business. I was the art director at DC for almost 27, 28 years. And I'm just so captivated by this singular vision that Corbin had. He really, I put him, people may disagree, but I put him in the rare, everybody throws that G word around, genius. I put him in the genius category with very few people in our business. Somebody mentioned Corbin, and I thought it was actually not a nice thing to say, but they mentioned Corbin as an idiot savant. He was not in any way, shape, or form. I knew Richard Corbin. He was a very smart guy. He was a very sweet man. But there's something about like he just had to do it. He didn't know how or why he did it, but man, he put it on paper. I'm looking at the page now as we're talking, and there's this weird, well, I mean, most comics fans know that he created his own color separations. This was before computers and Photoshop, where mainstream comics, there was this process you would do as a colorist. You would create these. You'd get a stack of Xeroxes of the black and white story, and with Dr. Martin watercolor or dyes, you'd have to color in the whole story, and then it would go to this place, this separation house. Corbin did all that side of it himself. He did the tech side of himself. So if you look at the colors, they're astoundingly vibrant because they're pure colors like that. You know, that magenta in the middle is just pure magenta, and the cyan. He created this strange process, and it almost burns your retina. It's so out there. It's so cool. And again, I apologize. You know, talking about art is fun, but when you're talking about something that means so much to you,
Yep.
it's hard to make any sense at all of this.
No worries. We just want your from the heart reaction. So, well, you mentioned knowing Corbin, so let me hit you with the question for each guest, which is, do you own any Corbin original art?
I do. I wish I owned this page, but I do not. He hadn't done mainstream comics. He was such a hero as a kid, which started with this page, that when I created a series called Batman Black and White, and I was calling some of the great artists in the business, Buscema and Toth and Jim Lee, and all these killer artists, Jose Munoz. And I screwed up my courage, and I called one of my heroes, Richard Corbin. Hey, would you like to draw a Batman story, an 8-page Batman story? And he was so nice. He did an 8-page Batman Black and White story, and I bought one of the pages from him. So that's a long answer to yes, I own that Batman Black and White page.
Well, we'll show that as well, so everybody can drool with envy.
Okay.
And now that the word is out, Mark's favorite page is not in his collection. So if this ever drifts along to market, Mark, you could take the millions you've saved up from a career in comics and
the millions, yeah,
and pounce. Well, let's shift over. I know we are a little bit limited in what you can tell us about your own upcoming project. So I will turn it to you to say what you can say as of right now.
Sure. Since I left DC, well, I guess about 5 years ago, I slowly started drawing comics again. It had been 25, 27 years. I was supposed to do something for IDW, and it got weird and it fell through. And then I was supposed to do something for Marvel, a Spider-Man thing, and it got weird and it fell through. And I spoke with the gang at DC, Marie Javins, the phenomenal Marie Javins. And I said, hey, can I pitch a Batman story? And she was like, yeah, come on in tomorrow and we'll sit and talk. And they greenlit my Batman story. That's about all I can say about it, other than the Joker's in it. I've written it and I'm drawing it. I'm halfway done with it.
Would this be something fans might see in the year 2026?
Very possibly at the very end of the year.
Okay.
I have another 40 pages to go, and then I'm all done.
Well, Mark, this might be, of all the guests we've had, this might be the longest lead time tease of a project. So congratulations. And I'll keep this in mind whenever that gets announced. Well, thank you again for taking the time. And you definitely went with a deep cut as far as your art pick goes. So much appreciated.
My pleasure. Take care.
Yeah, I knew Chris Norick would be screaming hallelujah for a new Mark Chiarello Batman project. It sounds like an 80-pager on top of everything else. So I'm very curious about that as well. Yeah, you never know, Peter. But I had made a point of wanting to talk to Chiarello while he was at the show, and we never managed to hook up. But there was always that good story that Stefan Roux had told us, how Stefan was using CAF to kind of get his name out there and his art out there, and he was seen by Adam and Allison, who said, we want to introduce you to Mark Chiarello, and that's how Stefan got his first published work. So I remember I would have loved to have like gotten the three, the four of them together and gotten a photograph of them, because that was my goal going in, and I didn't get a chance to even talk to Mark. But at any rate, so I'm here in Ohio. And I did share a couple of pictures on Facebook the other day, but it's been it's been a very fun trip. I got to go to the Billy Ireland. I'm going to show a short video clip and some still photographs from that in a minute. But yeah, we had it's been an eventful time. I did swing by the old miniature golf course the other day just to say hi to it. So for those of you who have seen photographs of it before, you get to see me. This is inside the clubhouse. The gentleman who bought it always told me he was going to put dinosaurs all over the place, and out on the course he has actually gone out and bought like giant size dinosaurs and put them all over the course. That wasn't what we added, but even inside he's added a lot of dinosaur decorations, including stuff I think he's painted himself. So I had to art was never on the walls at Chips when I owned it, so now there is. But this fireplace was the bane of my existence, but it looks really nice now. But yeah, what else was there? I was the one who designed and put the sign in, and I didn't build the sign, but I designed it for the sign company. It's still standing, which is nice to see. Another dinosaur out there on the course. Yep. But we did have a car issue. My mom is a speed demon, and when we went down to the Billy Ireland Museum, we literally get to my aunt's driveway, and my mom skips the curb, and the tire explodes. The rear tire. She cuts the turn too close. So here's me having to change a tire for the first time in 30 years, and I failed. Absolutely failed. Got the lug nuts off. I got it jacked up, and the tire wouldn't come off. And my aunt did not have a hammer, so I couldn't do anything. We had to end up having it towed. So I failed trying to teach Emma how to change a tire for the first time, and she literally thought I was a dummy. So that was about as far as I got. But that the look on my face got much more aggravated by about 10 minutes later. So that was that. But the trip to Billy Ireland was fantastic. The Billy Ireland Museum had been closed, I think, for Casper probably knows better than I think it was like 3 or 4 months, where they were doing some renovations. And strangely enough, it doesn't look a whole lot different, but I know that whatever they were doing, they needed to do. But they had a Chris Ware exhibit that they were putting together, and the museum opened on Saturday for the first time. And so Sunday was my opportunity to go there. And ironically enough, I think part of the renovations and some of whatever changes they've done allows them to be open on the weekends now. That was one of the biggest drawbacks of the Billy Ireland Museum previously, was it was only open Monday through Friday, never open on the weekends, unless you were doing some special engagement with them. You couldn't go. Well, now they actually have Saturday, Sunday hours. So that's incredible. Because, so now I think a lot more people are going to be able to go there. It was great because on Sunday, it was a little overcast and rainy, and the place was packed. I mean, literally, while I was there had to have been at least 150 to 170 people that were either, coming or going. The only other 2 times that I'd ever been there, I always felt like I was the only one in there. So it was a treat. And maybe because it'd been closed for so long, maybe because it was raining, but it was great to see a lot of people out there enjoying the Billy Ireland. So let me show you this short clip of what they have on the walls there. Essentially, they have the Ware exhibit, and then they have a kind of a sort of a history of comics, where they present things from around 1700s through modern day. So you'll kind of get a little bit of a flavor of that. And then they have their intro area where you walk in is always kind of a mixed bag of stuff. They have a couple different walls, but I think I got photographs of most of the pieces that they had on display. So here you go. There you go. It was quite impressive, I have to say. The Ware exhibit was amazing. It was almost almost a little too busy. There was just so many pieces. It was hard to focus on any one, but the scale of some of the pieces is incredible. I mean, I didn't have Emma in front of some of them, but there were a couple pieces that had to have been at least 3 foot by 4 foot. I mean, they're just massive, and it's you have to see it. And the exhibit is open. The Ware exhibit is there, I think, through early November. And if I'm not mistaken, and I know Chris Norick knows this, he'll be joining me shortly. They're doing some kind of and Chris is going to be there, I think, in October. So I didn't get the chance to talk to anybody there. The woman at the desk has said that none of the managerial team were in on Sunday. So I think we'll try to reach out and maybe we can do some kind of a get together at the museum when Chris is going to be there. The cool thing would be to get the tour of the behind the scenes storage facility where they keep all of the art, which is kind of in the basement. But they have, I don't even know what the amount of pieces that they actually have, but it's probably over 100,000 illustration narrative art pieces from you can see they have almost all of the Jeff Smith Bone artwork. They have almost all of Watterson's Calvin and Hobbes. I had to try to explain to Emma that one of those dailies could be worth $150,000, $200,000, and we're looking at 50 of them surrounding us. It's like $10 million of art from Bill Watterson on the walls around us, because there was more art there than is publicly available to buy in that one room. And that doesn't count the fact that all the other Wattersons are stored downstairs. So it's an incredible museum and well worth the trip, and well worth they weren't charging an entry fee. So it's all donation, at least this initial weekend. But I would highly encourage any of you who are ever traveling through the Columbus area to visit the Billy Island. It is an amazing resource, and if you can plan it in advance, they have a kind of a reading room on the first floor, and you can actually send them a list of things that you want to see. You can go to their website and check out the pieces that they have in the museum, and they will actually, you can send in a list of 50 pieces. They will pull those pieces together and wheel them out on a cart when you're there in the reading room, and you can look at the pieces in person. I mean, it's pretty amazing. A very very incredible experience that every one of us should do more than once in their lifetime. So yes, Tom, and I saw you mentioned the Green Lantern Neal Adams page. I kind of took that one with you in mind. I knew that you and a few other fans of Neal's Green Lantern work would find that one pretty impressive to see that there. I mean, it's the death of Daniel Pousset. I mean, I was shocked to see that hanging on the wall, but that's what's cool about it. There's that Brian Lee O'Malley piece. I mean, you get modern stuff set up against turn of the century work as well. So it's pretty impressive. All right, schedule. Let's get on with this show here. We have where is my schedule slides? Here we go. So we did have a show scheduled for Saturday with Jay Gonzo, but Jay Gonzo has canceled. So that'll be rescheduled late June or maybe early July. We'll see. So no sales show this upcoming week. We'll have that mystery sketch unboxing on Tuesday, like I mentioned. Matt versus Anthony for their third time. We'll see who takes the lead in that one. I think they're 1-1 both right now. Mustafa will be doing an art drop with us the following Saturday. Albert Moy has moved his match, and I have it all kind of jumbled up there. It should be one or two spaces down. They were going to have their match on the 10th, but because Albert Moy is a big Knicks fan, he decided he couldn't risk them playing on that night. So we're going to move the Albert Moy versus Dino and Dan to the 17th of June. So my list is out of order. But like we mentioned earlier, CAF will be at Heroes, everybody except Colin. So 5 of us will be hanging out. I do believe we're going to be doing something on Friday evening, but more details on that will be forthcoming. And actually, I have Albert. I've got him in there twice. See, why don't I have a proofreader for this stuff? Anyway, Barucci versus Lovett. So I guess they're out having dinner tonight. They're going to be doing a match on the 24th. So that's new on this list too. And then IC3 at Jacksonville, everybody. That show is coming up very quickly. We've been announcing a lot of the featured guests that are going to be coming. I think one of the more recent ones was Jim Rugg. So you can get tickets at the ic3.art website. So I would encourage you to head over there. That is again the week on July 11th in Jacksonville, and then of course the IC3 in Providence is in September. Somebody was emailing me today wanting to know when the next two Comic Art Lives were. A collector who had a really good time selling at the last show. So their dates are there for the next two Comic Art Lives, November 14th and 15th of this year, and then May 15th and 16th of 2027. And I did have one slide I forgot to show. And Jeff Moy, I apologize. I should have shown this earlier. Jeff Moy sent me a couple scans, and we get another Scud and another Snoopy and Woodstock piece. So I guess we know which one is going to Alberto, and I think I know where the other one's going. But thank you, Jeff Moy. Jeff got, how many Jeff got? I think he got like 4 sketch cards and maybe 2 9x12s. So those should be getting shipped out by Jeff soon as well. So there you got it. Let's go IC3, says Dan Goodwin. We need to have Dan on here before the IC3 in Jacksonville show to show off some of his traditional work. As many of you are aware, I think, that Dan's an indie artist. He has he's traditionally he works non-traditionally, but for IC3 Jacksonville, he has been putting together traditional works, and they're absolutely freaking unbelievable. So yeah, maybe we'll have Dan Goodwin participating in Mystery Sketch in the fall. That might be fun too. But yeah, that remains to be seen. But Dan, I'm sure on Tuesday I'll be opening some pieces of yours. We have to schedule a time for you to swing by and pick it up, so I don't have to put them all in the mail to you. Cigars for Newell. What did Newell do that he's getting cigars? I have no idea. But all right, speaking of cigars, Mr. Snork is in the green room, and he's not in the same room that he was before. So maybe things are better now. What's going on there, Mr. Snork?
My Wi-Fi I was actually having a cigar on the deck, and I thought, you know what? It's so nice out. I'm going to smoke a cigar while we do the update. And my Wi-Fi out there, it's like up that way, and the Wi-Fi is just not making it. You were like, So.
Yeah. I wondered. I was looking at you, and I'm thinking it did look like you had a cigar, and I'm like, where the hell is he?
Yeah, it is not to be.
Oh well, see, there's something to be said about Ethernet, man. You can't. I mean, are you plugged into Ethernet here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yep.
So what's new? What was your weekend like? You got Star Wars shirt on. Did you go see The Mandalorian?
Yeah, almost went to see it twice. Only got to see it once though. And I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was fun.
I agree. I don't know why everybody's complaining about it. I went to see it on
I'm not
Saturday.
seeing that many complaints anymore, but I think there was a lot of pre-complaining.
Mm-hmm.
People were trying to like get their digs in like before and like hoping they were right. So.
Right. There's nothing wrong with it. It was the production value was more than, it was better than the TV show. The story was fine. Mm-hmm. And it was exactly what I wanted. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, I kind of feel like there's a huge contingent of Star Wars fans that if like there's no lightsabers in something, they're like, whatever. And like I'm in the exact opposite. Like I'm the Han Solo, like that, scum and villainy like type Star Wars fan. Like the Jedis to me are always kind of, I don't know, they're like the Mary Sues of the franchise to me.
Well, I guess those are more of the, I don't know, the hardcore fans. Newell's asking, have I ever met any Star Wars fans? And Alberto says his youngest son said it was trash. So
punch him in the lip.
Yeah, exactly.
Just once and he'll never do it again.
Right. Robert Berman says his son said it was a 9.5 out of 10.
There you go.
Right.
And his son gets a hug.
That's exactly. No punch in the face.
Nope.
Justice for Chewbacca and Big Phil.
Yep.
But no, I enjoyed it, and I'm telling you, my mom wants to. She's always wants to do something. So we even went out. She asked Emma, "What do you want to do?" So I was like, "I want to go see a horror movie." So we ended up going to see the Passenger, which was not as good as the Star Wars movie at all. But there was enough jump scares that Emma was holding my arm, which never happens. It's hard enough to get a hug out of her. Speaking of hugs from your kids, so clutching my arm a couple times was actually kind of nice.
That's good.
So yeah, what was I going to tell you about my trip to Ohio? I can't remember now. There was something that was Chris Snorick like, and I can't remember. It'll come to me
Well,
probably.
you had a hell of a time at the Billy Ireland. It looks like, man, what an exhibit!
Oh shoot, I thought that was it was pretty impressive. I can't really tell what they changed structurally inside the museum, but the presentation was just perfect, and the Ware exhibit was incredible. It was not what I was expecting at all. I was thinking it was going to be more sparse, but they packed it, and the graphics they had on the walls behind a lot of the art was yeah. I mean, I actually had to go up to, I'm looking at I wanted to see how they did it. I'm like, how did
Sure.
the printing? I'm like, it's just crazy how great it looks. So no, it's very very impressive, and I know you're going to be going. You're going to try to go during that when he's going to be there in October.
When I was there, it was Nancy was the exhibit, and they basically like the backdrop was they blew up single panels like to take up an entire wall.
Right.
And like it pixelates, but like that looked like a design element because it looked like dots, you know. So I don't know. That was really cool too.
I agree.
I would much rather see Chris Ware than Nancy, though.
Yeah, no, I agree. But we'll see. We talked about trying to work it out where we can get a group to go, and if we can do that, we can usually try to get some behind the scenes, tours and stuff. So
yeah,
it might be a big weekend for them, or whenever it is with Chris there, but still, if we're there like 2 days, we should be able to work something out with them.
I put it in the chat, but it's right now it's scheduled for October 17th.
October 17th.
Yep.
Okay. Right.
That's when his I don't know if he's giving a talk or what, but
cool. All right. I've got it written down. We're going to try to make something work out. So and what about the Chiarello? That was fun.
So cool. And like, honestly, to hear him talk about Corbin like that, especially with like that degree of like impact and reverence or whatever, that doesn't come through in his stuff at all. So like hearing that he had like that degree of, fondness and, like I said, reverence for Corbin was news to me. So that was a really good segment by old Sharpie there.
I agree. I thought it was cool. Just him talking about being a fan of comics when he was young, using the library. I kind of forget about how important the library was for me as a kid. And just the idea that he's looking through an encyclopedia of comics and this one image hits him so much so that he steals the book from the library. That's great. I mean, I love that. And then the idea that
because of the library, I used to think Earl Norham was a fantastic artist. Because they did those like storybook, like I can't remember who published them, but they did those storybooks, and like Earl Norham did the covers and the interiors. And I kind of knew his art from He-Man. Right. And so I was like, oh, at least I recognized the name, even when I was a little kid. And I was like, ooh, Earl Norham worked on Fantastic Four. This has got to be good. Thanks, library.
Yeah, but that's why I really like I mentioned that at the beginning. There's just something about Mark Chiarello's 10 minutes that just really was just so refreshing. Out of all the Page I Loves we've listened to for different things, having a guy that picked that, and then he's able to tie it into working with Corbin later when he becomes a professional. I just, it just felt really good. And then he had, what's the one piece of art he had? Yes, he's got a Corbin in his collection. He's an art collector. Right. All that. It just felt different. And that doesn't take anything away from the earlier ones, but I really liked
it was great.
Yeah.
And for me, hearing, somebody with his pedigree in the industry talk about something like just automatically, I don't know, like I'm all ears because he's been kind of around the world as it relates to working in comics, from penciler, painter, colorist, to editorial, to art director, to like all of that stuff. So, yeah.
Exactly. And now he's working on an 80-page Batman book with the Joker in it.
Right?
I know. And it may be out before the end of the year. So that's totally cool. Yeah, no, I'm excited about that. And And there's something else I was supposed to remember. I didn't write it down. I'm looking at my notes. Well, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up later. But hey, nice Bisley that you added to your calf gallery.
Ooh, thank you. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I'm still basking in the afterglow from unpacking that baby. I typically do like I'll leave it out. Like I'll actually leave it on my gaming table for a couple days, and then every time I come downstairs, it's like right there, and I can look at it. I did that for like 4 days with that one, and the more I looked at it, the more I liked it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, congrats on that.
Thank you.
I mean that was an awesome piece. So yeah, did you have Bisley in your collection before that?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
You know, I try to be a one and done, you know,
Mhm.
with artists, and there's some that I failed to be one and done, but that one I think is good enough to be like the only one I have. That's probably fine.
Yeah, I think that one's as far as content. I love that last punch.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I told you, it was brutal.
Yeah,
love
I
it.
think the coolest thing about, and actually Bill J just commented, and Daryl Reitz and I were talking about it a little bit like after I got it, but the panels, it's 3 panels and it's literally blow by blow.
Mhm.
And like there's no inference needed for like what's happening on the page. And granted, it's a very simple sequence and it is only 3 panels, but he kicks the door open. There's a guy standing next to the door. He grabs the guy's gun in the crook of his arm in the second panel, and then in the third panel, he's punching the guy out. I mean, it's like bam, bam, bam.
It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh man, yeah, I look at Bisley stuff all the time. Just because the character stuff, it doesn't fit me. But I always look.
Right.
There's something that's going to hit me one of these days. I was looking at. I was actually going through. I won't say why, like a lot of different sites over the weekend, and there was a couple Bisley pieces I saw that actually almost intrigued me. They were European sellers.
Sure.
Just stuff that didn't. I wasn't even familiar with some titles, and it was just like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So that not being like a known character to me, but made it more interesting than
Right. You can abstract the nostalgia or whatever from it, or the theme from it. Yeah, I mean that I think I kind of said as much in my description, but I think the only reason I haven't had a Bisley piece sooner was because like I like Lobo. I don't love Lobo, and like that's typically, I feel like you either want like Lobo or probably Judge Dredd or maybe Batman from Simon Bisley. And or if you're into the heavy metal stuff, maybe like a Julie Strain thing or something like that. But so when that Punisher piece came available, I was like, oh, okay, I can check the box.
Yeah, no, it was meant to be. Let's Albert. I get scared sometimes to buy from European sellers when they pop up in my cap want list. Well, you're allowed to get scared, Alberto. If you need some hand holding or something, we're here to help you. I guess I don't know. The thing is, it was funny. I came across a couple of really large European comic art or narrative art sites that I wasn't familiar with.
Oh,
there was one that was is it called Napoleon Galleries? I mean, it has the word Napoleon. It might not be galleries. It might be something else. But I was just shocked. Over 2,000 pieces of art on there, and there was some U.S. Artwork in it as well. It was primarily European, but it was just shocking. I'm like, where the hell does a company like this just pop out of nowhere?
yeah.
With that much inventory. And there was a couple other sites just like that as well. So it was just surprising. And it might have been on their site that I saw the Bisley. I'll have to go back and look.
There's some great stuff from some of those European sellers. Like, I mean, if you're in the market for European comics art, I mean, it's kind of one-stop shopping because a lot of them, it's not really a situation here where like you might have somebody who reps an artist and they have a ton of their work, like whatever. I feel like a lot of those places are a little more hodgepodge, or like there will be classic stuff and there will be more current stuff, and it's a little less segmented, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
That makes sense. I see Robert's telling everybody to stay away from the European art. Leave it all to him because it's very bad.
Robert, I try to show as much European art as on here as I can, because I think there's a lot of incredible stuff out there. It just might not have the X-Men on it all the time.
Exactly. And I'm tired of seeing images of Cyclops from published stuff where he can't hit the broadside of a barn with his freaking eye lasers. There was, I don't know what the heck I was looking at earlier.
He's like the stormtrooper.
Oh,
of
I
the
know what it
X-Men.
was. It was in Glenn's art drop. There was an art drop that Glenn did a couple hours ago, and it was like Ramita Senior.
Yeah.
So blah blah blah. And like the last image was like a colored prelim to some Marvel magazine cover with like the X-Men charging and Spider-Man swinging in, and Cyclops is shooting a laser, and it's got to be at least like 20 feet away from Spider-Man. Like he didn't even know what he was shooting at. You know, like his head just bounces around when he's running, so
Sure.
he can't even aim straight.
He's a bobblehead.
Exactly. He is the stormtrooper of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
You know, it's like holy mackerel.
Maybe Corsair like gave him one too many
That's
pops
right.
in the lip.
He was a tough father.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I might have to like veer away from Cyclops because I'm getting a little disappointed in the way he's depicted in comics.
And not to mention the rise of Savage Land Cyclops has been really disconcerting to me.
Yeah, you got that. And he's playing basketball a lot now too. I mean, there's going to be some good stuff out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like Cyclops will always be special.
Dan, Dan Goodwin makes a great point. One eye, no depth perception. He's
That's
just
probably the problem.
I mean, that beam is wide, right? So he probably gets some stuff just by virtue of,
Exactly. Yeah. A blind nut or a squirrel finds a nut or what. I don't know what the hell. Yeah. He's awful. I mean, but the thing is, whatever. Guy with like one of the best, coolest powers, and he can't even hit anything with it.
Yeah, but then there's comics too where he like with literally laser precision, like I don't know, shoot somebody's belt buckle off or whatever.
Right.
It's all up to the writer.
Exactly. Well, let's get on with this stuff. Yes, we can do this for a while. Cool. Yeah, it is the coolest power.
I was
Marcus.
waiting, not Marcus necessarily, but I was waiting. You said that, and I was like 3, 2, 1.
Well, he must be on at least a 15-second delay or something. Marcus, hit that live button. It's right down in the corner of the screen over there, and that way you can get up as close as possible to all of my Cyclops and X-Men top 5 artist comments for the rest of the show. All right, let's see. I can tell you that I didn't get a video clip from Nick Ferrucci this week. I didn't get one the last week from him either. I'll have to reach out to him and figure out what's
he's out eating a fine meal with Lovitz. Lovitz was in the photograph, and I don't know if Lovitz knew he was in it, but he was in it.
Well, I missed this photograph. I'm gonna have to dig around on his socials and find it. But so we're only gonna look at the heritage pics I did this week, and it was pretty well for strip art collectors. It was funny. I mean, literally. I felt like there must be 100 strips in this set, and they're not all the same artist and title. It was really diverse, and most of the pieces were standout, really nice pieces. I could have picked all strips this time, but I didn't. But I'm starting off with three strips. So let's see. Let me try to get the screen sized a little better.
That doesn't suck.
No. Oh, and now it disappeared on me. Where'd you go? Come back. Come on. Why is it showing that? Oh, there it is.
This is what Cyclops sees.
Yeah, exactly. Son of a gun. All right, now let me resize this thing. There it goes. All right, now this does suck because it's got it's a tentacle from a giant, and this is Al McWilliams, Twin Earths daily comic strip from 1954. A lot of this stuff is from the 50s. This is like I don't know I don't know anything about the strip, but somehow a giant squid's ripped off tentacle got stuck in the gears of the boat. But I mean, just it's an amazing piece.
Look at
the center panel. I mean, look at no outline on the scuba diver at all.
Yep.
It's all cross hatching, zipatone, and really fine line work. I think this thing is gorgeous.
What's a soup plate?
No idea.
In a bowl,
bigger than a soup plate. In 1954, it is before our time.
Okay.
Chris. It is bigger than a soup plate. Yeah, but but either way, look, he's like slicing it's okay. Story wise, it has a little bit of it's lacking a little bit, but imagery wise, I thought it was cool. And again, there's a
Beautiful.
ton.
That middle panel alone.
Yeah, that was the one that got me. But let's see here. What else we got? This was an easy one. The John Buscema Conan strip from '78, I think. I mean, gorgeous babe. Great last panel there with Conan. So I thought this was awesome. From October 1978, and then the other one was a Al Williamson piece. And there's like, of course, there's like 3 or 4 Al Williamson pieces in it that are strips. I just thought this one was cool. They're in a cave. It's a single panel. You don't get that too often in a daily. And you know they're on their way to a waterfall and it's spilling out into God knows what. I just thought it was. I mean, it is an inset panel, so it's 2 panels.
Yeah,
I didn't even catch that when I first looked at it.
You don't ever see that panel arrangement.
Nope. No, that's why
Yeah.
When I picked it, I didn't even think of it as 2 panels. Son of a
Yeah, that's way more comic book than comic strip.
Right. But yeah, that one's hot.
Yeah.
And
Al Williamson's something else, man.
Yeah. Did I have another one? I don't think I did. But I might be able to show. Anyways, point being is you got to check it out for the strips. There's 380 lots this week, and at least 100 of them are comic strips, and they're all great. So it's pretty weird. Frank Thorne, you know, we're so used to seeing Red Sonja, right, over and over and over, whether it's Anthony or I think there's been some Red Sonja stuff from Frank Thorne on Heritage recently. This is from a DC horror, I think. Weird Mystery Tales 14, kind of a title page. Just crazy. I mean, a skeleton holding a chicken. Hell, I should be buying this one, right? Son of a bitch, that's where I'm getting cooked up.
Oh.
I hope this one, the bidding stays low. Holy smokes. Yeah, hunting and fishing. All right. I'm sorry. I even showed. I know, but you know what? This one Maureen won't see. This one's almost too good. Yeah. I gotta try for this one. Oh shoot. All right. Pretend y'all didn't see this one. So but I think it's great. Next up, this is even better. Look at this. A Joe Kubert spot illustration of Sergeant Rock. I mean, come on. Look at that. No ink. It looks like kind of almost looks like it's just charcoal.
I think it is.
But that is awesome. You know, later it's 01, but come on. I mean,
yeah, still.
This is incredible.
Man.
I know Peter Rose probably already watching this one. Let's see. Oh, Chris Warner. I know nothing about Team 7, Objective Hell, but look at how much.
I remember this.
Look at this. He's packed so much into this jungle scene.
Yep.
This is insane. I could not.
I'm telling you, man, Chris Warner is slept on. He did some incredible stuff on those Terminator books from Dark Horse. He is so good.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I love this, and you're right. Every time I see something cool by Chris Warner, I mean, this is 95. Man.
Yep. Get Deathblow right up front there. Yeah, that's killer.
Yeah. The Fastener and Larson. I always pick Fastener and Larson. This is what is this? This is some portfolio play, Demon Baby. So you got to throw a scantily clad, cigarette smoking hottie with nylons on, leaning over the Demon Baby. But you know, I like this one. I like the machinery in the background. Yeah, don't look at the babe. Look at the demon and the weird machinery. Like, you know, that's like right out of Mojoverse or something behind him. I think it's great. And the total, again, it's he's doing it all in like sepia tones here, basically. I love it. I mean, I've never owned anything by Fastener and Larson. I don't know why. I should bid on this one, but I'll tell you,
I've seen a couple in person, and man, they do not disappoint.
No, they're usually smaller, but it's okay. I just love the style. It reminds me of the early 80s, and I need to own something by them. But I could tell you, I am bidding on something. You know, my Kazra was like sitting on my shoulder telling me, go for it, just do it. So I'm all in on something this week, and I didn't pick it. I'm not showing it off, But there's one piece that I if I can get it, I'm gonna make
right.
somebody else pay more for it than they should if if I can help it.
From hell's heart, I stab at thee.
Yeah, this doesn't happen. This is like after the Bolton, it's like kind of like that. It's like, all right, yeah, it's that kind of like I'm going for it,
Yeah.
but I'll still probably get blown out. But I'm gonna try. Then this is from I have no idea what it's Pablo Marcos from Erie 107. It's a Beast World storyline, but gosh, I hate their interface here. Look, I'm clicking on this thing and it will not. There it goes. Look at this.
Oh.
Isn't this great?
Ooh.
This is what? I don't know the year. I think it's mid 70s.
Tyler T needs to buy this one.
Holy crap. I mean, isn't this awesome? I didn't
Keep
even
saying,
zoom.
Tyler.
I didn't even zoom in on this one because I knew it was going to be this amazing. But I mean, it's beautiful. Absolutely
It's
stunning.
incredible.
Look at that first panel. So yeah, I probably shouldn't
That's
show
like
this.
that reminds me of like a fantasy like calendar image. The
Mhm.
formatting, like the whole, yeah.
Yeah, nope, I agree. Marcus. All right, but let me close. Gosh, can't even close these images on this thing. Their site is this Zoom stuff drives me crazy on their site. All right, next up, totally random pick, but the art is beautiful. This is from it's done by Gerald McCann. It's John Wayne Adventure Comic Strip page, and just seeing it, a couple cow pokes in skull costumes. But I just think this is beautiful. I love the tonal work. I mean, it's got dry brush in it. I think this is just an awesome page. And there's the Duke right there, right?
Yep.
Pulling a gun, and then he lets the bad guy get off there at the end. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful
If
page.
you can, if you can hit a likeness with that little, I mean, that's a good artist.
Yep.
I don't know this guy's work at all. This is terrific.
Yeah, Gerald McCann.
Okay.
I think I'm not sure what year it's from. Let's see. Oh, 52.
It's got a
So
little Scooby-Doo vibe to it, right?
it does. It definitely does. Yeah, those costumes.
Uh-huh.
But look at it. I mean, look at this is really good.
Well,
You
and
look
not
at-
to mention, you can see, like, you see in their outlines, like the guy's got a gun on his hip. Like you can tell that the skeleton stuff is like painted on their clothes.
Right.
That's just clever. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm liking this one more and more. It's yeah, and I love it. That final image is just like this. This could be like a story in one page, right? With the guy riding off the end, little silhouettes of the characters talking. I mean, I just think this is great.
And they're arguing over who gets to shoot this fool in the back as he runs off.
Right. Nobody makes a fool out of John Wayne. So, all right. And my last piece was just totally different than everything else. It's a prelim by Brian Bolland.
I saw this today.
Yeah. See, look at this. What they're clicking. I don't get it. Maybe it was just me. But
I
yeah,
was trying to read all the notes.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I think this is cool. I mean, it's such a memorable finished image
Yeah.
that and there's a lot of these really tight prelim pieces out there by Brian, but I thought this one was cool, just all the characters and from a memorable cover. Seemingly, a lot of times some of the prelims you get from Brian aren't exact to the cover because it's like he's just experimenting and so they sell them because there's not a lot of his work out there. But this one feels pretty close to the finished piece.
Yeah.
There we go. That was my last one. But I could have shown a ton of comic strips this time around. So I would encourage everybody to go there just to look at what's out there because it was I was overwhelmed on page 1 of what they had. All right, let me close that. So we got no EXP to talk about, none. So we're going to dive right into the CAF update.
All right.
All right, so let me see here. I mean, I really need my mega monitor. I'll tell you that. Trying to work off this thing is not fun.
I do this on laptop, Bill. That's why a lot of times I'll go like this.
Right.
Oh,
It's tough. I don't realize how good I got it till I'm not at home.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. We've got this is the week, I don't remember, the 18th through the 24th. And dealers did okay, as always, $446,000 over 370 for the week before. Panel Page had 4 sales for $175,000 last week. Felix, 14 sales, 72,000. He had a couple complete books that were sold. Will had a great week, 6 sales, $60,000. Albert, 11 sales, 33,000. I don't know how he sold any art during the Knicks series, but he did. Ramita
Again-
Man had a few sales for over 30. Brit Comics Art, 23 sales, $27,000. He had a drop last week. Anthony, 28 sales. He's still our tops in volume, but only 23,000 in sales. And then Mark Haig, 24 sales and just under $10,000. So let's take a look at our top few sales, which I believe must include Panel Page, since he sold so much with only 4 sales here. Where is he? Where's that video clip? Here we go. All right. So 446, but yeah, we start off with, of course, this Jack Kirby Captain America portfolio plate, kicking all kinds of rear end. The asking price on this one was $150,000. But man, is it pretty freaking amazing. I don't know what year that's from. But next up, we have a Marvel Premiere 24 cover by Romita Sr. and Gil Kane. So Gil Kane pencils, Romita Sr. inks, I believe. Asking price on this one was $45,000. That was sold by Will. Then we have the Absolute Batman issue 19, Clay Man artwork, and this one was 20 grand. Was that complete? I think that was a complete one. And then this was complete as well. Batman Dark Patterns issue 8 by Hayden Sherman, $20,000 on this one as well. Then let's see, we have another one by Albert, or first one by Albert. We have a Sandman Universe variant cover by Sam Keith with the asking price of $20K on that. And Brit Comics Art breaks the top 6. That might be the first time. Hellblazer issue 5 cover by Dave McKeon. Asking price on that one was $17,000. That is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What a good week for top
Mhm.
6 sales. I mean, all of them very unique and different.
Great pieces, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. All right, auction houses. We have what do we got? We got eBay and Heritage doing 322,000. It was a bigger week the week before because the animation auction, so we won't even compare it to the 2.8 million from that. eBay made up 118 of this, and Heritage Weekly 213, and their animation auction did around 22. So let us see what the top 3 eBay and top 3 Heritage were. Now, the first piece is a Kevin Eastman Ninja Turtles pinup. Now, the asking price was that. It did sell for $3,000 with a make offer. All 3 of eBay's are with make offers, by the way. The next piece is a Art Adams sketch cover, Batman sketch cover. The asking price was $2,500 on this one, and it sold for $1,500. Yeah, and then last but not least, this one's kind of cool, actually. A Jim Lawson 8-page Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story. Asking price was $2,250 on it, and somebody managed to get them to give them a $250 discount. They got it for $2,000. Then over at Heritage, you got this Perez Esposito Avengers 202 page that went for $7,500. Then a Weird Western Tales 20-page story. This one was sold. That's a lot of pages there, $6,000. So not a bad per page rate there. And then last but not least, I thought about featuring this one and I didn't. And I kind of regret it because it fell in the top 3. This Wally Wood Undersea hardcover dust jacket original art piece. And that's screaming early 60s to me, or late 50s. And that one went for $5,750. So I'm going to click on it. We're going to see where, when was it done? 58. Look at that. Yes. You can tell by the style.
You
right?
absolutely can, yeah.
Man. It almost looks like it was like stencil cut and
yep, exactly.
Doesn't it have that feel?
It had almost like a greeting card feel from that era.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it worked. You know, they were trying to depict science fiction and what the future might look like, and it was just different enough to make it feel real.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. That is that's the CAF update. We can look at art now.
Okay.
Just have to get the right slide here. I mean, screen. Where are you? Come
Everybody rest assured that if you moved your Comic Art Live pieces to your for sale gallery, I looked at them this week.
on. And a lot of people did.
Red. Oh, there's one that doesn't have a red frame.
Yeah, the site was pretty busy with people moving stuff out of their Cal booths. You
Yeah.
know, it was, but you know, it is what it is. It was busy in that way. All right, let me switch my tab here and we get this thing. Come on, there we go. Stop that. Add this. Sorry, I need my ultra wide, man. I can't see all my screens at the same time anymore. All right, now at least I have the right window open. There we go.
All here for it.
All right. So I didn't see. I'm going to probably say this all night. I didn't see this piece because you're right. There was just so much stuff getting posted to the
Yeah.
CAF that there was a lot of things that I missed. But now this is in Stefan's CAF gallery, and Mary Ainza. I'm not familiar with the artist.
I like the color choices. I think, you know, obviously echoing what's going on in Magic's like normal look, but like taking the yellow kind of to, you know, to the next degree and really honing in just the, you know, yellow gray tones. I think there's a couple things that I really like probably the most about this. I think the pose is very different. Like she took some chances with the exaggeration in the figure, like the more like demonic clawed look on the hand there. And the legs too, to some extent, they feel longer and heavier probably than like some people might draw them. And I think that really lends itself to the composition. Like you get a lot of weight towards the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But I think more than anything, I like how she reserved the blacks for like very select portions of kind of like the leather parts of her armor. I think that like really works to like add contrast and like, you know, draw your eye to those things, which are otherwise a little bit like, I don't want to say muddy, but like, it's really just kind of like folds and textures. Right. So adding that like punch with the only solid blacks on the piece was nice.
No, I agree. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, I had to look at it for a while because it just, you know, the yellow and black together is such an interesting combination. And I agree. I thought the pose and the way that they're handling the anatomy on here. I mean, even the sword, you know, is actually coming out in front of.
Right. You know, her arm in the back is like pretty little by comparison to, which I think is nice, right? I mean, she's supposed to be like a teenage girl essentially. So I think that the little arm is kind of like cutesy in a way, especially when you compare it to the like more, I guess, like possessed looking arm on the other side.
You're right. I mean, it's very graphic at the end of the day, you know, choosing to like, you know, only show it from the calf, you know, calf up. And yeah, I mean, the more I look at it, it's just, I mean, that shoulder pad with the spikes is just too big, but they're just playing with what's there and making it cool. So yeah, I like this piece a lot, even though I'm not familiar with the artist. Were you familiar with it?
No, never heard of Mary.
I'm just kind of curious. Okay, Mary's
One Piece. You saw it here first.
That's right, Stefan. Well, everybody should be emailing Stefan and asking, who is this Mary and how can we find out more about her? So I would expect some emails going.
I don't think we've ever done that before, have we? Pulled up with one result?
No, that has not happened before. This is cool. I mean, I think NSN Art has maybe had a couple where they've gotten us where maybe there was only one,
and probably also in his gallery, like Senescence or
right, exactly. And then every once in a while, why am I blanking on the guy who does like the Batgirl commissions and a few other things. At any rate, there's a few times, but that's cool. Love finding and discovering new talent. Now this isn't a new talent. This is an old talent. Jack Kirby. This is with an FF 100 page. Yep, there we go. Joe Sinnott inks. I mean, it has the thing on it.
Yeah, Battle Page from the Swan Song. It's got all 4 characters. It's got Doom. The Thing is like super prominent. I mean, for me, content-wise, this is an absolute slam dunk. Like you can say what you will about what Kirby was like investing in doing the art on the title by this point, but I mean, this is a tremendous page in like every regard.
It is. I mean, that first panel with Reed and Sue and
Oh,
the
it's got
trees.
Kang and Doom on it. Come on.
Right. Yeah, this is pretty special.
Yep.
Oh, and that Kirby crackle there. I mean, yeah, this is great.
Yep.
Wait, who is the owner of this one? I don't think I bothered to check. TJ.
I don't know.
Okay, well, here, I'll get my like on it. And I don't know. I don't think I wasn't. Okay, well, now I'm watching TJ's Calf Gallery, everyone. I think you should too.
Some good stuff in that first row, that's for sure.
Yeah, you get some Al Williamson.
Kirby Coletta, yeah.
Man. All right, in the second row. Well, there you go.
Look at that title page. Oh my God.
I know, it's stuff like this that drives me crazy. There's so much good stuff on CAF that we just don't get to see.
You click on that for me just
Which
for
one?
a second.
Which one?
The Seated Destruction title page.
All right, let's take a look.
Oh man, alive. The Four Horsemen.
Yep. There we go. Got my like on it. There you go. Why don't we surprise what is it? TJ. Let's get TJ some likes on this one. I'm gonna put the link to the Four Horsemen in the chat. Everybody, if you're logged into the CAF right now, there's 83 people who are watching the show right now. Go over there and just hit like on it. Because TJ's going to come to CAF and his little red notification number is going to be around 100, and he's going to wonder what the hell happened.
I love it.
Just do it. Oh, boy. All right. Well, that was our fun diversion. Okay, Shemp. What did Shemp give us? Oh, well.
Look at this beauty.
This is awesome. Now, this is, of course, Tim Truman. I want to zoom in a little. There we go. Wow. Right in the forehead.
Yep. This is, so I think probably everybody knows by this point I'm a big Jonah Hex fan. This is, I'm not going to pretend anything about why I love Jonah Hex. I came to Jonah Hex when this series was like hitting the shelves. Didn't know anything about him before that. Didn't know anything about All-Star Western and, you know, the Mad Max title, the Giffen stuff, like any of that. Like I basically learned about Jonah Hex because of this cover. Like I saw this cover.
Really?
What the hell is this? Yes. Yep. Two Gun Mojo, Riders of the Worm and such. I mean, like that was really my introduction to Hex. And I was honestly even more pleased to find out that, oh, can you hear me but can't see me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
What the hey? Hold on. There we go. What was I saying? Oh, I was even more pleased to find out that he wasn't just a weird Western character, because that's what these were about. So, went back through and poured through like all of the, late, I can't call it Silver Age, but like Bronze Age stuff. And then read the post-apocalyptic title. Man, yeah.
Michaels says the same thing. Found Hex through these 4-issue.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people did.
I didn't. Hate to say it, but I did love Truman from this era. Yep. Wayne says you're just a pup.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Truman. I didn't see this piece until you sent it to me as well. But I mean, I think the art's fantastic. It reminds me of everything I love about Tim Truman.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. I
was a Tim Truman fan, which I mean, even more so was like, who is this Jonah Hex guy? Like Tim Truman, Yeah. I mean, this cover, Shemp, is a like watershed moment in my comic collecting life. So I can't praise this highly enough.
Well, I got my like on it already. All right, we're good. Congrats, Shemp. Very good pick there. Let's see, what do we got here? Canada Jones. I know I follow Canada Jones already. So this was the McFarlane Detective Comics piece.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Batman's not prominently featured in this one.
So that the ghosted out panel where he's got the 45 in his hand, I think absolutely makes this page. And you get some cool McFarlaneisms, you know, on this as well, like pre-Spidey McFarlaneisms, like that long panel on the left with the, you know, the falling figure. You get the long, you know, the long hallway with the box way in the foreground. Like there's some good you know, hallmarks of a Todd piece on this page. But if, you know, you're not into Spidey and you're not into Spawn, I mean, this is a hell of a way to add a nice McFarlane to your collection. I mean, this is significant.
Yeah, I said there wasn't a lot of Batman, but there is a lot of Batman. It's more, the more I look at it, it's
Shapes.
Yeah, exactly. It's in the shapes, and I mean, I'm looking at it here. There's 5 images of Batman, so how could there not be more of Batman? It's great though. Well, yeah, and Canada Jones. I already follow Canada Jones Cap Gallery. They're always adding decent stuff. Huh. I didn't see this either, Chris.
I love that one. Yeah, and like I said, I think significant.
All right, Lee Parmenter. This one I did see. Crazy, you know, fun compositions. Always, I don't know. You know, you just see him as a thumbnail. I don't know if I clicked on it when I first saw it, but I saw it as a thumbnail and loved it just from the, you know, the layout. And yeah, I think it's
yeah, it's got the apparel, like the stilted panels. You know, those landmarks are so cool and so well rendered. And like I talked about this a little bit last week, but like there's a few characters, Phantom Stranger being one of them, the Spectre, the Shadow, where like this larger than life image of them, like used as more of like almost a device on a cover or on a page or whatever, is so effective. And he's using it here. I always, Phantom Stranger is one of those characters where like just his look alone, I'm like, oh God, I got to know more about this guy.
Well, no, this is a really fun page. And let's see. I don't know what the date is. What year do you think this is?
I'm trying to remember when that run was.
71. Oh wow.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Very nice.
My camera keeps losing connection to my PC.
I do see that. Yeah, that's weird.
Huh. Hold on.
Well,
okay. I'm back. You lucky people get to see my
oh man, Patrick Kohanek. This was cool too. I did see this one. And Patrick Kohanek, MD.
Yep.
He mailed in his premium payment. He shot me an email. It's like, Bill, I sent my check in for he doesn't use PayPal. So yeah, he's one of the few people who sends me a check every year. I mean, what a cool roll call, right? I mean, this is awesome.
one. I mean, for me, like this. So this is, I'm not going to say the first. It was in the first 5 Justice League like Silver Age issues that I went after. And the reason being is this. I mean, it's summed up right here. So you got the JLA, the JSA, and the Crime Syndicate, like all in the roll call. It couldn't be better for a guy who loves Silver Age DC, particularly obviously Justice League in this case. I mean, this is it in my mind.
Well, I'm sure Patrick feels that way. He I remember the first time I interviewed him, all we talked about was like Frazetta artwork, and
Yeah.
it was like after the interview, I was like, man, you collect a lot of like really key, DC stuff. He's like, it's my second love, Bill. So that's why we did a second interview with him, so we could look at different stuff. But yeah, no, I think it's awesome, and it doesn't need any anymore. The historical significance is
Exactly.
all you need. I mean, yeah.
Not dogging Sikowski and Sachs either. I think they're great, but I mean, yeah, just this roll call page. If I were able to get any page from this issue, this has to be in the running, just for that reason.
Well, it's a doozy.
Yep.
And I got my like on it already. I know I follow Patrick's Calf Gallery. He doesn't update a lot, but whenever he does, it's a pretty special piece.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah, hold back just for the best stuff. Now let me get my like on this one. So Matthew Bray, Not familiar with the name. There you go. Started their calf gallery this month. 23 artworks posts. They're not watched by anybody yet. That's almost here.
Criminal.
Let me just take care of that.
Fix that.
Put a watch on there. Go back. All
You're
right,
like
now
you know what you're like right now? I don't remember the guy's name from when you used to do MySpace and you always started with one friend. It was the founder.
that came up in a team meeting not too long ago, actually.
Yeah.
From Casper. Yes, he was reminding us of whatever the hell that guy's name, Dave. I don't remember. But yes, I had a MySpace account, and yeah, you had one friend immediately. So that's me right now, I guess.
Tom? Was it Tom?
Tom, that's it. Yeah, Tom.
Okay.
That's right. But here we have a Daniel Warren Johnson piece. And we tell me why we skip over a lot of Daniel stuff just because it's all awesome. I mean,
exactly. And I thought, you know what? Like this jumped out at me, and I thought, you know what? I don't think we've talked about DWJ in a while, and like this is worth talking about. I think the composition, first and foremost, is incredible. Like what he does with that staircase, where it's almost like a tentacle reaching up, like coiling through the middle of this tower, I think is so clever. The fact that it's basically just pure white, it's creepy. It's got like a fantastic element to it, or, a fantasy element to it. I think for Daniel, I feel like this is more on the reined in side. And I think, like he's so good at drawing like quiet moments. This is like somewhere in between where it's like what's going on with the character. I mean, he's in a straitjacket, he's flipping out, but like everything else in here is like, by comparison, pretty serene, or I mean creepy, but quiet, right? And he does some cool shortcuts like on the books and the backgrounds and in the background and things like that. But like moreover, I just love how vertical this is, and I love how like almost distorted everything looks like the further you go up the cover into the tower.
Right. I think we're so used to DWJ pages with a lot of action, and he pulls in the manga style with the dynamic, action lines. And here he's forced to draw a still life, architecture, something that has no dynamic quality to it. And he's managed, like you said, with the staircase to imbibe the scene with a little bit of movement that it wouldn't have otherwise. And yeah, I think this is a good choice. For a lot, because a lot of times we'd be so looking at these other pieces, the dynamic fight scenes or something,
right.
And then and this has none of that, and it still works. And I don't mind. I saw Rich said he kind of bails. To me, the loose line work doesn't bother me. I mean,
no, and it's also a function of the lighting a little bit too.
That's true. Yeah. So no, I think this is pretty cool. Good choice. And well, and what is it from? Is it Vanish? Was the name of the title? Vanish 5. Well, welcome to the site, Matthew Bray, new CAF member. Next up, Nathan K. Oh yeah, this was a cool image. So let's see, Gabriel Hardman.
Yep.
And it's not a big scan. I'll zoom in anyway. Here we go.
Gabriel Hardman, I think is undersung. Or underappreciated maybe. I think this is a great example as to, why I say that. His tonal stuff, I mean, his inks are absolutely insane to me, like really incredible inks. He gets, there's not a lot of quote unquote wash in here, but the stuff that he's doing with the midtones and things like that on the uniform in the front, on the Crimson Guard in the front, and then it's pretty busy, like what he's done like with the background is pretty busy. He still manages to like get good separation between the figures in the background with like the directionality and like the texture of what he's doing in that cave in the background. And I think like that's just a sign of like a really well thought out illustration, as well as like a really, I guess, mature illustrator in a lot of ways, because a lot of people like wouldn't have decided to do that way. I think it brings like, a higher level of realism than some people might, associate with like a G.I. Joe comic. you know, this isn't like a Mike Zeck cover, right? It's not like a Tom Riley illustration. He does something different, and I think it really works here.
I love it. Honestly, I think it's I love how dark it is. And I love the way he's handled the cave, like you said, and it's pushing the characters. But yeah, it's so I don't know. It's so abstract in a lot of ways when I start breaking it down. But it works. I mean, just looking, like you said, the guns and the characters in the foreground, he's just like blocking in shapes there. And then, yeah, I love this piece.
Yeah, I wish
I'm looking at this. Yeah. It reminds me of that Silver Surfer piece we were looking at earlier with Tatiana from one of our artists, where I don't know, there's a quality about taking risks and like making and kind of minimalizing things with a lot of blacks on the characters, but for the shadows there. But yeah, I love it. Great piece, and I did get my like on it. So Nathan K. I don't think I follow Nathan K. But Alberto, I do follow Alberto. So I've seen a few pieces. I did see this one when it got posted. DeMio always, you know, his compositions are always intriguing when you see him as thumbnails, and this one, this one popped out at me as well.
I mean, a stronger, I feel like, graphic design focus in this piece than like we associate, or at least I associate with him typically. Like normally when I think about his stuff, it's all about like the scene, right? Like he's telling a story like with a single image, and he's using the scenery, the perspective, like, you know, all those things to like really put you in that moment. This to me feels like it could be slapped on the side of like the Marvel versus Capcom video game cabinet. You know, they've got the Cap literally is in his like, you know, fighting pose. Iron Man's getting ready to blast him. And then like he puts this just really strong, simple graphic element like towards the top of the image that really, I mean, it changes the tone and like the tenor of like the whole piece.
Yeah, no, I thought this thing was cool. Just like having a face off like that. I mean, I just can't think of
oh, Rick, you son of a Rick cracked the case. This is Cap's shield. How did I not realize that?
I didn't even realize it.
Now it's way more DeMeo. Right?
Shoot. See, I can't see the chat at all because everything's overlaying. But wow. You're right. I had no freaking idea.
Simone is 10 times smarter than I even thought he was.
Well, I mean, from everything, yeah, I get like.
And it's broken? Oh, come on.
No.
I'm going to punch Matt DiTullio in the face.
Right. Matt's got well, the things I learned from, because Matt will just say he talks with DeMio is a very thoughtful creator.
Clearly.
Everything that Matt talks, has ever said about him privately to us is just, just in passing. DeMio is just he's always thinking about the imagery and wanting to always do his best work. And
this is pushing it, man. This is pushing it. Alberto, I'm in awe of this piece now.
Wow. I wonder if Alberto knew it. Well, see, he knew it.
He did.
Oh shoot. Anyway, I think it's fantastic. So congrats, Alberto. This one's you pick up a lot of good stuff and post a lot of great stuff every week, but this one is amazing. And it's funny because I was drawn to the imagery below as well. So it's like I kept really focusing in on just the face off and not really thinking about it.
No, and I'm thinking of it like, okay, well, by the time they slap like the title dress over the top, like the graphic element is really just there to like, center your eye type of thing, right? Draw you towards the trade dress.
Right.
But nope.
Nope. Man, hope this one's not in dark mode. Here we go. All right, let's fix that. Come on. Oh, I got to refresh it. Doggone it. There we go. All right, so Jeff Singh, I think he posted a couple pieces.
He did.
Didn't he, by Amano this
Yep.
week? All right. Gorgeous I mean, what more needs to be said? It's just
It's
composition.
really
Cool.
beautiful.
Texture.
It's almost garish. The color,
Mm-hmm.
you know, is like really over the top, like hyper saturated. I picked this more for Jeff's breakdown of Amano's kind of, you know, contributions to stuff that we know that he did in the description, because he did such a great job. I actually learned a couple things. I didn't know that he had worked on character designs for Gatchaman, so like that was news to me, which was very cool to know. And now that I look at those character designs, I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I see it. So yeah, you know, the piece, beautiful, wonderful. I'm happy that it's in Jeff's collection as well as the other one. But yeah, if you get a chance to go look at this, do yourself a favor and read his description, because it's a great little, you know, not little. He did a fairly extensive breakdown of, you know, why we know this creator so well.
Well, I haven't read the description, but the one thing when I saw this piece and I was queuing it up was it just reminds me that, you know, Jeff is, you know, say a lot like Chris K, right? He will not settle for like an average example from somebody. He always gets like a great example, and that's the one thing that, you know, you can always rely on from him as a collector, is that, you know, I imagine he passes things by more than he picks them up, because he has a discerning eye and he just wants the best for his collection. And, you know, that's why
he also gets volume.
He does.
It's a volume of curated great art.
Yeah. I mean, it's his time in the hobby, the friends he's made. I mean, and people know what he's interested in, and he probably gets offered a lot of stuff. And I mean, but at the end of the day, I just love, he never posts anything that's, it's always an A+. It's never an A-. And I just love that. I feel like, you know, everybody needs a tour of the Jeff Singh collection, you know, at some point, because I think it'd be, I mean, spend a weekend just looking through his stuff.
I'm sure you could.
I should make a trip to one of his get-togethers just to do it. But anyways, yes, and this was one of two, I think, Amanos that were posted last week. So okay, so that's your 10. So we do my 10 now. This is Paul Pease, right? Yeah, this is Paul Pease, Calf Gallery, Ron Friends, Sal Buscema. I just love the composition on the piece. Honestly, just throwing the goblin in front of you like that. I don't know. It didn't need any more detail than it had. I mean,
the title says it all, right?
Exactly. Right. Here comes Goblin. He is in your face, or Hobgoblin. And but I was smitten by it. I just thought it was, you know, it's kind of a simple imagery, but it works fine. I mean, you know, you could have centered him. It just wouldn't have had the same feel. So,
I think Ron Friends, like people who are fans of Ron Friends, I feel like this is one of the reasons why. Like, he's just a like straight up and down solid comic book artist, you know, and like this is a good example of what he does.
Right. No, I completely agree, and it's kind of cool with this cover too, because it actually has the two logos. You have the Spider-Girl logo and you have a Hobgoblin logo. That's kind of, I didn't even think about that, but either way, I like it. And Paul P, his collection grows and grows and grows. And congrats. What did I get next? So this was in Hyger's Calf Gallery, Michael Golden.
I was going to pick this too. I really like this.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I love Michael Golden, and to me, this is just a great image. I just love all of the figures on it. These carnival-ish creatures and stuff. I mean, but it's just the composition's fantastic.
Yeah.
I remember this cover when it came out.
And weird.
Totally weird.
It's so weird. And like in a great way. Yeah.
Masquerade of Death. No, I think it's awesome. And you know, Hydra is somebody whose collection when I think about it, it's like I don't think there's any like focus or singular focus, because I
like
just
a through line.
Right. And
Yeah.
but then I see this and I'm like, I would never have thought Hydra would have gone after a Michael Golden, cover like this, but it's
Sure.
awesome. I love it when I see something in somebody's collection that I'm not, it's like, wow, I never would have thought that would be something they'd go after. But yeah, this is really nice.
It's a beauty.
Let's see, close that. So I get my I didn't like it. No, fix that. And then now this was Peter's calf gallery. Severin. Severin's I've always enjoyed, just the character, the way he draws his characters. And this was just fun. There's the characters are small in this battle scene. Like I guess it's okay. This isn't your standard Kubert with sense of danger kind of thing.
Sure.
This is like a battle, and you're getting lots of characters falling around, and I just loved it. And
Yeah, in a
Severin,
weird way, it feels more like a page.
it does. It doesn't feel like it should be a cover.
Mhm.
It's like editorial must have been asleep that week or something when
I
I
don't
was
know
going
about
through
that,
this.
but it definitely.
Well, I mean,
has,
but you're right. But
half
it's not
page.
something they wouldn't do this today, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this wouldn't sell a comic book
Mhm.
today, with like all these small figures on it. I just thought this was great, and I love Severin's work. I mean, it's the detail in the figures is just really, really great.
Mhm.
War is hell on ice. Anyway,
The
yeah.
way
So,
the way he layered the image too is terrific.
agreed. Hell of a cover, says Rick Welch. Exactly. No central figure,
Right.
Marcus. Exactly. That's like just what you just said too, Chris. But this is more like an interior splash or something, or a chapter splash. Instead, it's the cover image, and yeah, they got away with it. I love it. And Peter Rowe just adding to his war collection. Now, typically I don't pick Transformers stuff.
Ooh.
There was just something fun about this. I love the way the magenta color adds a bit of light and tone to this piece.
Some warmth, yeah.
A little warm. I probably and then you also have the blue here too. So I probably wouldn't have picked it if it didn't have that. There's just something about it. I don't know if it lent anything to the final publication, but as a work of art, it worked for me. I really thought that without it, I bet you I would have skipped right over it. So it's just funny how
fair.
like color can just kind of give you a better sense of like a positive vibe on a piece of artwork, and it did in this case.
Well, I love Scrunchy Shockwave down there on the bottom. That's a great that's a great figure.
Yes, indeed. And I didn't even so this is Juan Samu is the artist on this one, and
Okay.
we are in Tony S's calf gallery. All right, and then this was Salvador Larroca, an artist I tend to pass over a lot. I don't know why.
Same.
But this piece I thought was really, really clever. I mean, it's
Yeah.
an Excalibur DPS. You've got this. You got these two. Is it two dragons? And then these 8 inset panels, and the panels even cross the center. This the right, the 4 on the right are actually coming across the center of the comic page.
Yeah.
So compositionally, this is like something I haven't really seen before, and I
Editorial
was-
probably said the same thing.
Right. I think it's absolutely amazing. Again, Larroca is just somebody who's who I think they're skilled, but I've never been like really. I've never seen a piece that just says, "Wow, Larroca is the next whatever." But
I think I have I think I know why I feel that way, and I think it's because Larroca followed Pacheco on Fantastic Four.
Oh
And
yeah.
that Pacheco run was so amazing. And then it didn't matter, maybe if Walt Simonson had picked up after him, it would have been like, okay, cool. But yeah, I was going to judge anyone harshly after that.
Right. But this is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. The inset panels are great. I love the like the fine detail in the first panel, no
Yeah.
darks at all, and then each panel is so very different. Again, I just think this is great.
It makes me want to know. It makes me want to know, like,
Excalibur.
thematically, why is this like this? You know what I mean? Like, I want to know more about like why the dragons are there and like why this was done this way.
Excalibur was not
it's
my
really
book.
unique.
It is, definitely. So Brian Norton. Brian posted a few really nice pieces this week too. I think I picked this one, and then I saw something that I might have liked a little bit more, but it might have been more like in line with things we've picked in the past. So I stuck with my guns on this one. But whatever the other piece or pieces that Brian posted this past week, they're really good because I know I liked it more than this one, but I had to stick with this one.
Well, this has got to look great on the wall. I mean, I'm hoping he's going to slap this in a frame because it's absolutely frame worthy.
Definitely. Now, this is in John C's calf gallery. So we have a Marcus II Huntress image. And I just picked this one. I love the framing Huntress coming through the window. You've got a coffee mug and a monitor, a desk. And I don't know, there was just something true to life.
It's super clean too, and I think John Dell is helping for sure.
Without question. Dell's inks are I've always been impressive. But yeah, I like this image a lot. I mean, it caught me from the moment I saw it. I just thought her figure coming through the window like that. There's just I loved it.
This could be a cover.
It definitely could be. And John C., our Canadian friend, not watched by enough. He's only watched by 63 people. I'm pretty sure I watched John's calf gallery.
That's a good chunk.
Yeah. Here we go. So this was Sideshow Bob, Sandy Plunkett. Again, just for me, just
another massive looming specter.
Right. Isn't that crazy? I thought this was awesome. I love the cityscape.
Yeah.
Just everything focused on the specter. The anatomy is drawn really well.
Yep.
It's just a great image. I mean, it's funny. I won't go into what references and things like that. I just think as an image, it's absolutely beautiful. And
it has a religious feel to it for sure.
It does. That's where I was going to go. It has that kind of feel to it. But I do. I think it's an amazing piece. And this one.
Terrific.
Yeah.
I really like the rib cage, the musculature has a Kelly Jones feel to it. Where he's kind of sunken in under his rib cage, and then his abdomen kind of comes out a little bit. That reminds me of a Kelly Jones figure for sure. But yeah, it's man, it's I can't say oddly religious because the specter is the voice of God and all that kind of stuff. But it's really deco almost as well.
Sure. I mean these gears or whatever.
And the symmetry and the stuff, the gears that are behind him, and the rays of light. It has a real deco feel now that I'm looking at it.
Agreed. And is it all Sandy Plunkett? I guess maybe it is. Yeah, it is. And it does say formerly owned by Harlan Ellison. Cool.
Oh wow.
It has some interesting provenance to it. So very cool. Let's see. Jeff Wedding. So this is Jan Duursma and Dan Parsons inks. I had no idea. I just knew it was Duursma. But this is from Star Wars. I got to click on it so we can just look at it this way a little better. Compositionally, I just thought this was so interesting. The way the figures are in here, I have no idea what's going on with it. But just the structure of the page, the panels, overlaying panels. I just thought that this was, and Jeff posted a couple of pages this week. I thought that they were all really great, but this one just stood out.
I kind of I kind of want to know what the big nested image in the back is.
I know that's the thing I was trying to figure out as well. I'm guessing maybe the next page or whatever might explain a little bit more, but yeah, I mean, this image here, again, don't know the characters at all. I just think this is amazing. I really, really like this piece. And I skip over a lot of Star Wars stuff because I'm not a Star Wars guy at the end of the day. But I don't know who the characters are, but the layout, the composition, especially the panel structure is just top notch. It's a splash page without a splash.
Funnily enough, some of this reminds me of Chris Warner.
Yeah. And I didn't even look, here's an RT right here too. I didn't even.
Yep.
I'm just discovering stuff as I go. I think it's an amazing piece, and you did very well. Mr. Wedding. But did I put a like on it? No, I didn't. All right, there we go. Two more. This next one I just picked. I don't even know why I picked it.
Let's find out together.
It was, yes, let's try. So this is it is an Invaders, right?
I
Yes.
was gonna pick this.
You were? Okay, good. All right. I loved it. It's Kupperberg. And is it Chickstone inking? There's
It's
something.
Baron Blood.
It's exactly Baron Blood and the Invaders.
Yep.
When I saw this, I mean, and the heavy line, there's just
Yeah.
something about it that I had to pick it. So I'm glad you almost picked it as well.
I call him Thickstone, not Chickstone.
That's what makes this piece so great. Especially, I mean, look at Baron Blood. That third panel. I mean, it's so heavy it shouldn't work or feel cool, but it is. I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's like, I know why Tom is the #1 Marvel fan. It's like this era of Marvel comics where, it has this
Outlandish.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. I mean, I okay, cool. Well, then I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought
It
this was
only
cool
took
too.
it only took that burn run on Cap where he beheads Baron Blood with a shield, and for me to be like, holy crap, Baron Blood is amazing. I want to see every appearance of him. And like
Right.
this is a good one.
All right. Well, I'm glad you agreed. And Doug L. Don't know if I'm pretty sure I don't follow Doug L. So we'll have to check that out and fix that if that's not. Oh no, I'm watching his Calf Gallery now. Oh, that's right. Because he's posted. Okay, all right. Now I know whose Calf Gallery I'm in.
Woo!
Yeah, some cool stuff. Hey, Chris Ware right there.
Yeah.
I saw some Rusty Brown this past weekend. Awesome. Oh, very nice. Okay. Last up. This is in Josh Flanders' Calf Gallery. This is the group page. I just thought the storytelling on this was so fun.
Of
course. The dog thinking his way through, Gru, he's always, fawning over it. He's having great adventures with her, and then he's just being a sappy loser. And, and I loved it. I thought, this is like a one-panel daily strip that just tells a fun little story from the dog's perspective.
Yeah.
I loved it. I mean, because I think I've said it before, a lot of artwork I look at on Calf, and when it has word balloons, I don't read it. I read it. It's like I wanted to read it. I want, I wanted. It feels like the last. We haven't been able to see Sergio at a show in so long.
Yeah.
And it hasn't even really been doing streams or anything really anymore. And so when I saw this and I just from the imagery, I could tell what was happening. I was like, I wanted to read it. I wanted to feel like I was getting a piece of Sergio, and I didn't feel let down when it was done. I was like, this is exactly what I needed to read.
Is he the new #1 Gru fan?
I don't know. He could be, but I mean, this, I love this page, Josh, you chose wisely. I mean, there's so many, the group pages come up in the heritage auctions. There's always at least one, if not two or three in most weekly auctions. And they're all well executed, but from a story perspective, this is great, especially when it pretty much has the same three characters throughout, and it still works. It doesn't feel repetitive, and I love it. I absolutely love this.
Great piece. Great pickup.
Yep. Congrats to Josh on that one. All right, we made it.
We did it early.
Once again, early. Yes. Let's see. What is this? Duke gave up on more Gru. Yeah, well, that's all right. Duke's moved on to different things, and it just gives us a little bit more for us. But
there's another guy, no through line, none.
Exactly. Oh man. All right. Well, when we meet again, I will be in Florida. I'll be back home. Right. So yeah, I will. Hope you have a good weekend. I will let you know what I find out. I'll try to reach out to the museum next week and see if we can talk to them about doing something with the.
I mean,
it's
a few months away, but that's good.
At least put it in their ear that we'd like to do something, and then see what might be able to work with them on what's probably already a busy day for them anyway.
I would assume so.
Yeah. All right, Chris. Well,
cool. Thanks, Paul.
keep looking at that Bisley art, and
I'm
I'll
gonna
see
go
you
do
next
that
week.
right now.
All right,
Have
man.
fun in Ohio. Bye, guys.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We made it to the end of the show, and look, man, either the light's getting more red, or somehow I'm in front of a tanning light. I have no idea. I think it's just this yellow lamp I put over here to put some light on me. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. It was a lot of fun, and we will be back at it next week on Tuesday with an unboxing. So lots of art getting looked at next Tuesday, and then lots of shipping on Wednesday. So I'm really looking forward to that. There'll probably be some other stuff. I know Brian hitched in the package. Even though there's only 2 sketch cards in there, he sent a bunch of oversized pieces that were recent stuff, published work that he has out there that isn't Red Coat related. So I know that that'll be something we'll be able to look at as part of the unboxing. I got a DHL email today from Alter Comics. They put their stuff in the mail today, and it's supposed to be due in on Monday. So I hope hopefully we'll be able to open those up as well, because I haven't gotten any scans from Alter Comics. I have no idea what they've done, and so it literally will be the first time we're all looking at that at the same time. So next Tuesday is going to be a lot of fun, and I have put invites out to Nicholas Rizzo and to the Alter Comics crew to see if they'd like to join in. Haven't asked anybody else, but we'll definitely mix some people in. Clearly, Jiggy will be there because there'll be a lot of. It's supposed to be a really big package of his stuff, so a lot of their teams, and but yeah, we'll see. It'll be a good show. But I hope everybody. Kessler, Bill, where are your mystery sketches? They're here. They're around, Kessler. We got them. We definitely know where they're at. Quirrells. I know everybody. I saw the comments earlier about the quirrells. Where we talked about getting them in there. We will. I promise you, we'll get them put back in there. I should have asked more. I didn't think anybody used them. I'm sorry. But anyways, yes, I will see everybody next Tuesday. Enjoy your weekend, and have a good evening. Take care.